Confederate fuckbags, Union wank shafts, welcome to RazörFist Arcade Live, where we're rocking the finest Civil War simulator since living in the year 2019, War of Rights. We are hell-bent for Bayonets tonight on RazörFist Arcade Live. How the hell are you, T-Boogie?
I'm doing great this fine day. This glorious day when we routed the Antifa scum.
Oh, hold on, let me bring the game volume down, and we shall enjoy this. By the way, this painting that you're looking at right now is by Tom Lavelle, who pulp fans and Shadow fans in particular should know. He was the guy who illustrated the vast majority of the Shadow pulps in the 1940s. But he was best known, after he stopped illustrating pulps, he was best known and far more accomplished and celebrated for being one of the foremost Civil War painters of the 20th century. And his prints you still see all the fucking time. You've seen them in documentaries out the fucking yin-yang. So, folks, we are going to tear into this. I know a lot of people probably aren't aware of what the fuck this game is, so let's just set the stage. This is alpha, I believe. This is like an alpha game. It's not like fully finished. It's pre-release, and it is essentially a Civil War simulator, as I said earlier. It is effectively, I mean, I don't even know how to fully describe it. It's a shooter, yes, but it's definitely not, like, it's not even Verdun caliber action. You know what I mean? Like, you are a Civil War soldier, to the point where if you're in the in-game environment, as you will see, you will only hear the voice chat from other players if they are close enough to you for you to hear them. The voice literally emanates from their character, which I think is badass as fuck.
As I was saying before the stream, not enough games do that.
Definitely not enough games fucking do that. I love that shit. It takes you 9.5 fucking years, or roughly half of a Blade Runner 2049 screening to reload your musket, which is fantastic. It's great. I'm still learning. I've only played it like twice. I wanted to stay fresh because I think this will probably be funnier the shittier my play is, honestly. So we're just gonna jump into it.
Yeah, Brian Cox said it before I could. Like, the moment you step out of your tent, you have gangrene.
Yeah, it's true. The moment you step out of your tent, you need new shoes. All right, let's fucking do this. Let's do it.
While you're starting up the stream, let's see. Funny Valentine donated a couple of dollars. Didn't say anything, but it's appreciated all the same.
Godspeed.
No face required says, my crappy manager just got demoted. Guy would clock in 3 whole hours before we opened. And
was your manager Jeffrey Epstein? Was that?
And just sit on his ass. Also, he didn't hire any other cashiers, so he'd have an excuse to steal more hours. Sounds like he learned how to game the system.
Oh yeah, or GameStop the system.
Testicular tactics. What do you call an aroused gay caveman?
Milo and Otis. I don't know.
Homo erectus.
Homo. I should have gotten that one.
Terran hug razor.
That's not. No, that's not happening. He's literally taking off his headphones. You go hug the dog. You go hug the dog. The dog's over there. You hug the dog.
He deserves it more than you.
Cicero. It's true, Cicero does. By the way, I just gave Cicero a bunch of water, so in about an hour here, maybe less in fact, I'm gonna have to take him out, so we'll take a brief intermission so that my dog can pass fucking water. The pulse-pounding action of RazörFist Arcade Live, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's look here. Oh yeah, you have different specific orders here that you can bind to specific keys.
Wildy's here.
Binoculars. You can actually adjust the focus on the fuckers. I haven't fucked with the radial menu. Let's see here. Well, we'll figure out as we go. I know a few things. The switching shoulders shit with your weapon is kind of fucking weird. But we'll see. Alright. So this is pretty cool. I'm just gonna jump on a random server, you know, so we're not too disruptive. You guys can be sure to join and snipe the living shit out of me, I'm sure.
Oh, random human, you're lucky. Apparently it's pouring rain in West Tennessee. It's fucking hot as hell here.
It wasn't too bad today. It wasn't, I mean, it wasn't like Satan's ballsack like it has been for the last fucking 2 weeks.
Thy Raven Wings says, favorite clan mechs for each weight class. Oh, that's right. We did,
Shit.
I think we did Inner Sphere last time.
Favorite clan? No, last time I did all of them.
Oh, yeah, they were. I was
yeah, God, I don't know.
So specifically clan. I mean, you gotta go with Mad Cat Prime, right?
No.
That's, is that assault or is that heavy?
I think Mad Cat is heavy. But for assault, it'd probably be Direwolf for me, or maybe a Kodiak.
Good choices.
Medium? What is it? Isn't a Vulture a clan mech?
Yes.
Yeah,
but I think it's a heavy, not a medium.
Is it?
I think.
See, I don't use clan mechs very often, so I'm literally like pulling this shit out of my ass. Loading weapon 16 of 16. Whoa! Okay, folks, the eternal question. Oh dear.
Well, I mean,
are we gonna be Yankee tyrants or slave-holding shitbags?
Wildy's here.
make your choice. No. I'm seeing a lot of unions.
Well, okay, we're gonna do the Union this time.
Preserve the Union.
All right. Yanking it up here, folks. 2nd Maryland. New York or Maryland? What do you guys think? Oh, I can be an NCO if I join New York. Let's go New York private.
Anybody see Richie? Anybody know Richie?
Okay, let's see here. Over the Burnside Bridge. Finest facial hair in the military. Let's do this! How's the audio, by the way?
Good so far.
Okay. Boss.
I will say the notifications are a little low.
Notifications are a little low?
Yeah.
They're the same volume as the game.
The game seems fun.
You're letting me loose?
Okay, now if I remember correctly, G fixes the bayonets. Okay, I think. Wait.
But yeah, sorry, Raven Wings. We don't really know that much about clan mechs, so can't
Okay.
really.
Let's see here. Fix bayonets.
Choosing
Toggle
lights or
bayonets.
mediums.
Here we go. Whoa! Okay, guys. Whoa. People be dropping next to me. All right. Where do I don't even see him. Hold on.
Remove Dixie.
Remove.
That might be a friendly coming back. I can't tell.
It's not a friendly.
Souls was out. Souls was in here, so
I get him? Oh, God.
was out there.
Curse you, inaccurate musket balls.
Shaggy Rogers'
My,
political ramblings says,
All right, nice job.
good, bad, I'm the guy with the gun.
Whoa!
Kind of smoky out today.
Couple of us to stay here.
Yeah, not everybody.
Couple of gents to stay here. All right, we got enough here. Everybody else shifted right.
All right, cool.
Is that a friendly coming?
That ain't no friendly.
That's not a friendly.
All right, what do we got here?
This is not.
W-
Don't shoot him.
If they are, they fuck. They're treated.
Yeah.
TV's Mr. Neil says, howdy Razor, Eve, and that other guy.
I think they're reforming up there.
Can you recommend some patriotic, pro-America heavy metal songs?
Yes, sir. Declaration Day by Iced Earth. 1776 by Iced Earth.
There's no one on your left side. If there's no one, if you're not touching shoulders, shift left. Like over here.
Okay, there's some bossy motherfuckers on this server, so I'm just gonna change, actually. No. You actually have to hit to talk on the game. You actually have to hold down a key, I believe. Some bossy motherfuckers on that server, so we're gonna go ahead and just, because I'm looking for like a more casual kind of a thing. The people full-blown roleplay on this game, which is one of the cool things about it. It's one of the reasons I recommend the goddamn game, but for the purposes of a goddamn stream, obviously that's just obnoxious.
Do they demand that the South lose every time?
See, I feel like a traitor, because as an Arizonan, technically we were allied with the South. Technically. Okay, it is a training server. Saturday night event.
Oh, any more patriotic songs you can think of?
Yes.
Heavy metal, specifically.
Yeah, oh, fuck. Hold on a second. Motorhead. Well, I don't know about that. Actually, there's a lot of...
Step on toes. I step on necks.
There's a lot of really, really bitchin' military Motorhead songs, because they dedicated a lot of songs to like the soldiers specifically, but like fuck, Blood of the Nations by Accept is fucking kick-ass. I mean, hugely, definitely. A lot of the newer Accept stuff has a lot of like patriotic fucking shit, a lot of America fuck yeah stuff, a little bit. But yeah, Iced Earth is the big go-to for me. Because they did basically a whole America Fuck Yeah, the album kind of a thing. And of course, Alice Cooper, Freedom. You have to go Alice Cooper, Freedom. Let's see here. Well, shit. The player population's pretty low.
And he finishes up with also thoughts on the band Icon.
Love Icon, one of the better Arizona metal bands. I think they were based right out of this area, Phoenix. They played at the Mason Jar a whole bunch. That was the first place I ever played with my band was a Mason Jar, so same fucking venue. They were kick-ass, but they kept shifting lineups and shit. They kept getting new singers and changing the band around because they kept trying to turn into like this huge... They thought they were going to be this massive, and they arguably should have been a massive band, but because they kept like rebooting the band after every goddamn album, they just couldn't put together a run. The band started like, what, the first album's like 84 or something? Like, they dropped well in time to like strike while the iron was hot, but I think Eddie Trunk was with, was it Megaforce Records or whatever? He was the one who signed them, believe it or not. Eddie Trunk was. Of course, everything about heavy metal involves Eddie Trunk because he created the genre. He was in the room when Kiss was formed. You know, he was snorting blow off a hooker's hermaphroditic cock with Alice Cooper in the 70s. You know, everything actually. He's like the Ellis Island of heavy metal. Everybody has to check in with Eddie fucking Trunk before they start a band, even if he wasn't born for 20 more fucking years. But he in this case, it's actually factual. He did sign Icon, but apparently he mismanaged the shit out of them because they never really went anywhere. But they were a badass band.
Damn.
Let's see here.
By Raven Wings says, Taryn, have you tried praying the gay away? Yeah, but Dave Rubin's still around. Just kidding. Just kidding.
U.S. East. Okay, you know what? I'm going to join a random server with a low population so I can kind of fuck around with the controls. And then maybe I'll go back to Bossy Town with the fucking people who take this shit way too seriously. And I'll get in a proper skirmish, and hopefully I'm not shitting my pants the whole time. Although, to my credit, I did not die.
Let us see. Stealth Creation says, with Portland protests lined up from Joe Biggs, announced via Periscope at million views, do you see more Antifa attending or less after the No incident? That's
you know,
Andy No, for those who don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Speaking of which, I got a video coming out about that.
Oh.
I don't think it'll affect how many people show up at all because it's fucking Portland. It's entrenched. This is the big thing about Antifa and Portland is, frankly, the problem is institutional. Antifa is not an anti-fascist organization and never was. Okay? It's Antifa in 2019 is the same as Antifa in 1935, folks. It's a front group for communism. It always was. Communism never calls itself communism because what did the Beatles write in fucking the Revolution song? If you go carrying pictures of Chairman Mao, you're not going to make it with anyone anyhow, right? You have to masquerade and camouflage your fucking revolution. So, from the earliest period, especially if you study like Hollywood communism and whatnot, there was this constant there was this constant musical chairs of different names for all of these communist front groups. Oh shit, do I have to be an NCO? I don't want to be a fucking NCO. Ooh. Okay, here we go. What am I gonna do here? Interesting. Florida. My goodness.
Goodness gracious.
I know. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just surveilling this, but yeah, like I don't think it'll affect the turnout. To answer your question, I don't think it'll affect the turnout because the problem's institutional. There are literally people in Portland government who are tacitly endorsing this. I mean, immediately after Andy No was attacked, the mayor, the police chief came out and called it a free speech event. He referred to it as a free speech event. And the mayor, who is technically also the commissioner of police, what is it, Ted Wheeler, I think is the name of the fucking hipster goggled fagaloon. He said something to the effect, and we're like a year removed from him stirring up a whole heap and of horse shit when protesters decided to box, a lot of them affiliated with Antifa, decided to box in ICE employees. And he instructed the police to stand down and not prevent them from doing that because they're, freedom of expression and so forth. So basically these people they shut down ICE buildings with the mayor's full fucking endorsement. This is less than a fucking year ago, folks. Like this is why Antifa's thriving in Portland specifically. And if we address that problem, you're going to address a lot of problems in Portland. And there's actually an opportunity here to fucking do that. Okay,
the
cool.
more that you look at it, 8 years is not enough to clean up this mess. I mean, Trump's going to win. But 8 years still. I mean, there's so much to do.
letting me loose?
Woohoo! Oh yeah, hot musket reloading action. Oh yeah. The most sexual contact Pro Jared's had in months. Oh yeah. Here we go. What's the right? Bayonets B, I believe.
Mercenary donates and says, "Guess what? Had to keep
Hello.
an eye out on your channel constantly. No notifications whatsoever.
Oh, I believe it.
Also, whoever's in charge of Disney is going to piss off God. Did you hear what happened to the little kid and his tombstone?
Oh, that was bullshit. God, that was bullshit.
Stan Lee would not approve of Disney action."
No.
Is that where the kid got, like, a tombstone of, like, a Disney character or something, and Disney had them remove it or something?
Yes.
Fuck them.
Okay, let's see here. Toggle salute, change site, reload. How do you... What's the melee attack? Left click? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, that don't make any fucking sense. Let's see here. Shoulder arms.
It was Spider-Man? That's that. Oh my god. Seriously, fuck those people.
Whoa. I'm just kind of wandering around, trying to figure out how the fuck to bayonet some bitches is the main thing.
Asim says, "I wrote a design document of a Civil War sim, but single player. Would have been 2 campaigns for both sides with survival elements. What would you want in one not already in this game?"
Well, I fucking obviously gangrene simulator.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Who the fuck is he shooting at?
Oh, bayonet is V button after your bayonet is fixed.
Oh, okay. Well, why the fuck didn't it say that? Ooh! There we go. Come on now.
And that comes care of I Hate Liberals. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
I see. So you have to, you have like a brandish button, and then you gank right in the fucking pussy. Bam! Bayonet him right in the butthole. I like it. I dig it. Oh, this game's cool.
Idolwolf Bergman says, "I'm making a Magitech sci-fi setting for a campaign.
Oh, yeah?
What is an alien or similar that you would like to see in a sci-fi that has physics obeying magic?"
Sorry, a setting?
What is an alien or similar that you would like to see in sci-fi that has physics obeying magic?
What, I don't know. Usually what magic degenerates into in science fiction, in air quotes, is something to the effect of like nano bullshit. It's always nano bullshit, or it's telekinesis at fucking most. And a lot of times nowadays they even explain that away with fucking nano bullshit.
Yeah, Asim says like biotics. He's asking, but
Yeah, like biotics is the one that immediately springs to mind. By the way, I don't even have this game on the highest settings.
oh, and I Hate Liberals chimes in again saying, having your bayonet on makes long distance shots harder because it makes your gun shaky.
Yeah, I imagine. Okay. That's pretty boss. Can I jump over, no, I can't. Not like a proper fence.
So an alien or something similar? Actually, somebody in the chat mentioned it as a joke, but I would like to see some sort of like squid or tentacle monster with like magic powers. Or something
Hanar?
Like that. You don't like the Hanar, yeah. Or I don't know, some kind of lava monster.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Merlin's Jester donates a couple of bucks, doesn't say anything, but thank you very much. Dominant Persona says, being a child who grew up on the prequel trilogy, loving those movies to death, I have no sympathy for fans of the new trilogy that feel the franchise is being unfairly shitted on.
Being a fan of what?
The prequel trilogy.
He has no sympathy for who?
For fans of the new trilogy
Oh, yeah.
that feel the franchise is being unfairly shitted on.
I mean, what are their counter argument? I mean, invariably, there's not a counter argument. Let's be real. It's just, oh, you're exaggerating, or, oh, the fandom menace, or, you know, oh, the fans are the problem. They're a cancer. They're vocal minority. Boy, if I hear the phrase vocal minority one more fucking time, I may well open fire. Okay, cool. I think I got a grasp on the controls a little bit here.
Simulated Internet Friend says, I once asked you a question about doing research. Wanted to make a recommendation. Open Source Intelligence Techniques by M. Bazo. Also read Hiding from the Internet by the same.
Okay. Research for what?
I'm not sure. Maybe just political stuff, topics. I'm not. He doesn't specify.
I can hear someone. Yeah, I can see, you know, in alpha or whatever the fuck, it's... The fuck? You can wield the butt end of your rifle? Hold the fucking fort.
Oh, you can turn it around?
Apparently. I mean, that guy was doing it.
Nicholas Gordon
Toggle
exclaims,
present arms. Toggle in parade.
Wildy's here.
Parade rest? Okay. Parade rest. What is that? Oh, I see.
Oh, you hold it to your side?
Yeah, right.
Nice. Nicholas Gordon exclaims, I love your new archives videos. They're excellent.
We're just having a parade, asshole. Alright. Can I brandish? Let's see here. Toggle ready? No. Let's see here. Parade rest, place rest. What's this? What does that mean? In place rest?
Merlin's Jester says, would pay to see Terran do Powerwolf cosplay.
Interesting. Ba-ba-da-ba-dum.
Ready, Luke?
Are you blacking out?
I guess?
I'm guessing no friendly fire.
I guess not. I don't know.
The airplane says, late stream, no kibble for Terran, and no
Come
set of time.
on. I'll bayonet you good. I don't know. Oh shit! I can't get out of here? How do you interact with fucking shit?
Is it not E?
I don't know. Dum de dum de dum. Okay.
It's either E or F.
No. How do you present arms? Move forward, vault fence. Use is F. You're absolutely right. It's F. A great American shank off that was. Let's see here. Oh, that's fantastic. Got Civil War era Section 8 housing here.
Ben says, I'm not sure if I'm correct. Have you ever had issues with your Mauser C96 shooting straight? Mine won't hit dead on, and I can't find any info on it.
Oh, 10 to 1, what you've got is a shot-out barrel. With a gun that old, I mean, this is a weapon that... C96 stands for Construction Pistol 1896.
Right.
So, while they were manufacturing them well into the 30s, that's still an incredibly ancient fucking firearm.
Yeah.
So, if you buy a lot of these, especially if you get Red 9s... a lot of the barrels on Red 9s are shot out because everybody loves them so much because they want the 9mm, even though they're less accurate and less powerful than the Mauser proprietary round. So what you probably got is a shot out barrel. Check the rifling on your barrel because, you know, I don't know, 10 will get you 20. It's probably just a shot out and pitted or something and doesn't have as good of rifling on the barrel or whatever the fuck.
There you go, Ben. Hope that works out for you.
Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop.
Mr. Mosby says,
Can I? Aha!
finish this
What the fuck is that?
Finish this sentence. Hollywood and politics go together like...
Oh, Nesion and a Girl Scout swim meet.
Best Way Killer. I'm quite pleased to say that Samurai Showdown is every bit as awesome as one could hope.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it's great. I'm just a little pissed because I want it. You know, and I don't want to buy it on a dog shit console like PS4. So I have to sit here and wait for it to be released on PC. And we all know the player population will probably be pretty low.
There's no question SNK is the true MVP of fighting games.
Who the fuck runs like that? What is he running like side? Are you seeing this? He's like doing the can. What the fuck are you doing? It's like the singer from Coldplay walking backwards. Sweet cornfields. And game's pretty. It's not even on the highest settings. I think it's on medium. Yeah, I think I put it on medium just for performance sake. Interesting. Okay, so I think we got kind of a general idea. Now if we can brave the fucking wellspring of autists on the other server, or on a slightly more populated server.
Richard Hahn says, Russia's respect for their fans is indiscernible. They strive to make every live show entertaining and sound as close to their albums as possible. Sorry, indescribable.
Well, they're done now, right? I mean,
They are family men who avoided hookers and drugs their whole career.
Yeah.
Check out Xanadu and Tom Sawyer live.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit about their music. But I don't like Rush, and I never have. There's so many better Canadian bands, too. It's, I don't know. Saturday night event? I worry this will be fucking serious business.
Yeah, if it's a scheduled event.
That's the thing. But hey, whatever. We'll just be a troll and ruin their day, I guess. Whatever. I'll be the fucking asshole. It's fine. We're here to have fun.
John Horn says, glad to see Terran is still with us. All hail Gellin of Troy. The face that launched 1,000 ships, along with countless seamen.
Launched 1,000 ships in the opposite direction.
Lord Heffman says, I hope your Independence Day celebrations went well.
Okay, it looks like we're gonna be rebels right
Also-
now. We're gonna.
Also, General Sherman did nothing wrong.
Never try to keep him away from his seamen. Never. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, let's do this.
I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Master Cute says Epstein just got arrested.
Yeah, he
What?
certainly did. Bad news for Bill Clinton.
Can you imagine if he's got dirt on Clinton?
Dude, have you not heard fucking?
No. I know about
mean,
the
he
private
like- he
jets
like
and the
l-
island
Anybody
and
see
shit.
Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?
Folks,
I'm
Bill
just wondering-
Clinton like lived on that private jet and island. That's bad fucking news.
Can you imagine if Epstein gets got before his trial?
Oh man. Well,
you fucking
all
imagine?
I'll say is I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time in the exercise yard if I were him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bayonets for those or just bayonets?
We going bayonets? Okay, bayonets. Bayonets it is. Let's do this.
Dominant Persona says, where did the footage for the mysterious cycle night come from in your intro?
From Cobra.
Yep.
The very first review we ever did.
Everyone,
That's
if you
the
haven't
same
seen
place.
Cobra, it's a magnificent
It's a
movie. You should
masterpiece,
watch
and by the way, the special edition just came out on Blu-ray.
it. Ooh.
Yeah, with a bunch of special features and shit. All right, folks, for the Confederacy,
Dark Hero.
demonetized.
Dark Hero says, oh, sorry, I skipped one. John Ski says,
Hey, they picked up the flag. Uh-oh, big time demonetized. Big demonetized. Whoa, what do we
quick,
got?
look away, blur it.
Ooh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna actually unfix the bayonet here for added accuracy.
John Ski says, what are your thoughts on Kamala Harris promising to give $100 billion to help black families buy homes to address income inequality? Sure.
It's the free college shit from Bernie Sanders all over again.
Yeah.
I don't know what that'll do.
Sounds like
It's total bullshit, pie in the sky. I mean, it's ridiculous what a parody they've degenerated into. It's like
yeah.
they're just listing off promises of free shit they can't possibly afford. I mean, how many trillion in unfunded liabilities do we have already?
Right. He adds, sounds like Housing Bubble 2.0 isn't buying votes illegal.
No kidding.
Yeah, the Democratic ticket this coming election is going to be, we'll give you free shit, and the president is evil, the government's evil, and that's about it.
Well, the government's evil thing I can sympathize with. Oh!
Especially seeing that they're part of it. Nothing
oh
is
my
more.
Goodness.
Nothing has been more hilarious than watching the Democrats say, "Oh, I'm just your average working Joe." I'm
Oh,
one
yeah.
of you. Oh my God.
He
It's-
he said from his third lakeside mansion.
Fuck. What was the best? Was it Elizabeth? Was it Elizabeth Warren with the beer? Was that her?
Oh yeah. How do you do, fellow drinkers?
Woman's never opened a bottle in her life.
All right. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
you better run.
You can see this game. It's really cool online, guys. It's a very, very cool game. I recommend you get it. I think it might still be on the Steam sale, hopefully. And I'm too far away to hit it in anything at all. So
Dark
I'm
Hero
gonna put
says,
myself in horrible harm's way.
Hello, Razor and Terran. Thoughts on Harmony
That's a
Gold
good Patriot
extending
there.
the license of Robotech as well as Macross. Rant, Godspeed, USA.
Did I get him? Did I get him? I think I got him. I hope that wasn't a team kill.
Did you get hit markers?
Right. Look for the glowing icon. I think actually, believe it or not, as mad as it makes me, I think it's actually a technicality for the benefit of a lawsuit that's ongoing. I think it's really intended so that Harmony Gold, because Harmony Gold's still in a lawsuit with Harebrained Schemes and Piranha. Oh fuck. Is that team? No. Did I get him? I didn't get him. Oh! Come on, reload, reload, reload! Okay, I really need to fix Bayonets. But I think it's honestly, it's more or less a technicality. Because in order to have any hope of winning their lawsuit, they have to first demonstrate that they actually want to own the IP, and what better way to demonstrate that than re-upping the IP? Alright. Yikes. Whoa, I see someone. Did I get him? I love that there's no indicator when you get them. Come on, reload, god damn it, reload! Fuck. Okay.
5
Put
Hound.
the fucking nipple on there, Jesus. All right, there we go.
5 Hound says, Evening Razor and T-Boogie. Got a question on video making. I dig on certain TTRPGs, but they have no pitch or intro videos on YouTube.
Oh, tabletop RPGs, you mean?
Tabletop. There we go.
Right.
I want to fix that. Saw you pitch BattleTech. Any tips on how to do it?
Pitch battle. Oh, you want to pitch tabletop RPGs is what you're saying in videos on YouTube?
Oh, I see. I see what he means. Like how to get started.
Oh
or
yeah, start them up.
Maybe
I love
just
those
a
kind of
background video.
Yeah, I love those kind of videos. There are people who do that, by the way. There's a really good channel that I follow called Runeslinger. He's fantastic. He's like a veteran role player. Plays a lot of different stuff. RuneScape and Pathfinder.
Yeah, I've seen a lot on like board games, not necessarily tabletop RPGs.
Yeah. There need to be more of those channels. Fuck.
But
oh man, they've got a pretty good line going there.
what tips would you offer?
Like Charlie Sheen on a Saturday night. What? I'm out of line. I'm out of line. You are out of line!
But what tips would you offer?
Dude, be conversational. Communicate your knowledge, the unique knowledge that you have. Give a few little anecdotes if you want to. Okay, here we go. We doing here? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, and I'm down! But this is actually my first death in the game, believe it or not. I'm down!
Is that all?
No, definitely spotlight your own personality. Be conversational. Be anecdotal. Don't be so fucking caught up in being 100% accurate. I said a few things. I made a few errors in my BattleTech video, and I wish I could, correct them. I think I misspoke and called David Cameron David Davion or something like that. But you know what I mean? I was rattling off the top of my head because I wanted to communicate my passion for the game. You know what I mean? And I think more than anything that came across, even though the video is imperfect. You know what I mean? if you're able to perfectly convey your passion for the game and what makes it fantastic, then it's going to be a successful introduction to a tabletop RPG. That's my recommendation.
Bring me a body bag.
It helps if you have a fantastic editor like Terangel to make your incoherent ramblings somewhat sensical, which, you know, but if you don't have that, then focus on your personality, focus on, you know, use visual aids, show the actual books, show some of your favorite illustrations, talk about your favorite mechanics. I mean, that's all my advice for doing a tabletop RPG introduction.
Yeah, if you don't have an editor, just I mean, you can literally just
If you don't have an editor, just pretend you're Denis Villeneuve.
just you can point the camera at, you know, if you actually have the tabletop, and just like go through it, show people, like, I don't know what would it would have, like figurines, the instruction manual, just be interactive, you know.
Okay. Key bindings. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
No face required, says.
They just shot at my ass. Hold on.
There was this game called Darkest of Days.
Oh, I remember that.
It involved time travel to the Civil War.
Yeah, it was pretty jank, but it was a cool idea.
And you could mow down entire lines of Rebs with machine guns.
There was a lot of Civil War stuff in the second Call of Juarez game as well. Bound by Blood. Good game. Very good game. Come on, a-hole.
Filipino White Boy says, "Hey guys, wish I hadn't missed your Ace Combat 7 stream, but I'm glad you liked the game.
That's a bitchin' game.
Hope you play it again. Anyway, this question goes directly to Razor.
Oof. Am I bleeding out or something? Something bad's
What is
happened.
T-Boogie's favorite hentai?"
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You don't have to answer that.
Moment of truth time.
No, he was asking you.
He said T-Boogie.
Yeah, he's asking you what my favorite hentai is.
Oh, God, I don't even want to know.
Yeah, see?
Squidbillies.
What?
Plenty of tentacles. Watch the tentacles. Sorry, I just choked on my own saliva there. All right, let's
Dunadan, Son of the West, says, "To the tune of Dixie. Oh, way down south in the land of traders, rattlesnakes and alligators." I don't know that. I don't actually know.
You
Dixie.
don't know Dixie? Oh. Yeah, what the fuck is going on with my dude?
I know it was awful. Shut up, Fred.
Okay. Am I alive? Can I be alive now? Can I be alive? My guy is dying. I think I took a musket ball and I'm bleeding out. Yeah, I'm not doing well. Is that one of my homeboys? I think that's a homeboy.
El Jefe says, "Favorite MST3K episode?"
Oh shit.
Also, Mike Nelson or Joel Robinson?
I like them both.
I like them both. Joel, he's more old school. And
Joel's like more jokey.
yeah,
Right,
but,
he's more punchline, set up punchline, which honestly is more my style. But Mike Nelson's better for the snark.
Yeah, I that's why I like Mike. But favorite episode? Ooh.
Oh,
Boggy Creek was really good. Time
Come on,
Chasers, definitely.
fuck! What was the
Overdrawn at the memory bank.
Oh, of course. I was just about to say that. Raul Julia Cyberpunk.
Hell yeah. Final Sacrifice, Soul Taker. There was that couple of seasons in there where it was nothing but gold.
What was the fantasy one? What was the like Russian fantasy Ilya Muromets one?
Oh shit!
Like
I forget.
Dragon something, Legend of the Dragon, or it was like a Russian fantasy film.
Where is it? Where's the bullet? Oh, God.
Ooh. bud's dying. Like terrestrial radio.
The Sword and the Dragon.
The Sword and the Dragon, there it is.
Space Mutiny, awesome.
Oh yeah, of course.
Reb Brown at his finest.
Naturally.
There was the one with David Warner, where he was the protagonist and the bad guy.
Incidentally, this is the only firearm you're allowed to own in California. What the fuck? Are we getting bayoneted?
Yes.
Oh, we're getting bayoneted!
Quest of the Delta Knights.
Bayoneted!
And of course, goddamn
No,
Warwolf.
I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm about to get bayoneted.
Hello, Cicero. Hello, Cicero. Hello. Oh.
Cicero's chilling with us now, folks.
He's laying on my wire, but it's okay because it's extra long.
Oh, watch out. He might pull it out, though.
Yeah. Well, he's just
Okay,
laying on
I'm
it
going to
now.
take a moment to not die. Oh. Fucking. Oh, God. I need to reload, don't I? Ugh. Holy Toledo. How am I not dead? Am I out of ammo?
Prairie Boy Gamer donates 20 Canadian, and we won't hold it against him. Good evening, General Fist, Admiral Gell, Major Eve, and Warhound Cicero.
Drop it!
So what would be more painful? Taryn saying rural 5 times fast, or him saying rural 3 times fast, but in English
No.
like a Japanese businessman?
Oh, dear.
He's very happy where he is.
Okay, we're good here. Ruh-roh. Okay, I'm getting shot to shit. It's like fucking a weekend in Chicago over here.
Oh, he's got to go for a walk.
Do it! How the fuck did that miss? Where the fuck did that miss? Oh, we got some rebel yells going on here.
Did you get sniped?
Mid-reload, my dude. Mid-reload, my man.
Gotta
The South will rise again.
hide behind a tree or something.
This is bitching with a side of boss. This game is cool, folks. I think it's 50% off right now. If you guys haven't played this,
The airplane says 9/11. Razor wins that Sabaton mythos.
the answer is never. You can't make me.
See, every time you
Man's
ask that,
got to know his limitations.
he adds like a month to just not
It's
doing
true.
it just to spite.
The wall gets 10 feet taller.
Stealth Creation says, find it interesting as CARE's Portland spokesman, victim blames no.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
They must be nervous as Antifa terrorist status goes front and center after they just dismantled joint FBI police terror task force.
Why? Because that's not the FBI's job. The FBI's job is to pursue a fruitless investigation of the president for 3 fucking years. For political fucking reasons, right? Am I right? Jesus. If I get shot anymore, I'm gonna have to start a rap career. Ugh!
The last says, was slavery in the U.S. common, or is it history revisionist?
It was common, but it was actually, you know what?
You had to be rich.
It was common. Yeah, exactly. It was common in the sense that affluence is common. So no, like not numerically, not really.
Like they didn't just pull up to the port and say, "Hey, who wants one?"
Yeah, right.
I mean,
okay, I'm gonna have to fix Bayonets because I feel like they're making a push. Let's see. All right, charge time. Charge, charge, charge. Oh! In the dome.
Eddie Sens says, "Need to play some Iced Earth's Glorious Burden."
Indeed. I would have, except, you know, copyright.
Yeah. Ben says, "Just got approved."
I mean,
the-
for fuck's sake, we're playing a game with Confederate flags in it. You think we're, like, looking for more demonetization?
Ben says, "Just got approved by the CPM for a World War II 1911.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Very nice. Speedy Sphincter says, "Damn it. Why is soccer such a left-leaning soy boy sport?"
Because it's a heavily European and South American sport.
Rick Robinson says, "What are your thoughts on Stryper purely as a band?" Well,
I did an entire video, my man.
yes, go check it out.
Metal Mythos. Okay, what do we got? Total losses 142. We got our asses reamed.
And mods, that would be your cue to go ahead and just link that for people who are interested.
Oh yeah, we're picking cotton in heaven. We at the Richmond Inquirer are mournful in our accounting that blah 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 something happened. We saw Raz again! I'm totally going Confederate again. This cannot stand.
Thank you, Foreign.
Let's see here. What do we got? NCO? Do I want to be an NCO? Was I an NCO last time? I feel like I was. Was I? I can't remember. I'm gonna go NCO.
Scarfy the Strange says, "Could it be that the madman actually did it? Did Trump get Mexico to build a wall and pay for it?"
Kind of.
Hasn't he done like that like
Yeah.
twice over now? Not just like with the tariffs, but other ways too? Am I crazy?
Yeah, when I heard about the tariffs, that was the first thing that came to mind.
Okay, guys. Alright, hold up. I've got a new plan for this map.
All right.
There's all
I got the
all
flag,
from
boys.
South Carolina. All from Carolina to South Carolina.
Nice revolvers.
Somebody playing music?
I think so.
Mercenary says,
I'm a
"I
little
have to
alarmed. Now we're demonetized for that too.
Well, I mean, you should probably mute them.
Can you?
I'm sure there's a setting for it.
What is a list of players? Is there like a list of players button?
Tab,
Aha!
usually.
Tab. Yes, sir.
You click and mute or, I don't know.
Oh dear. Who's making noise? Who's making noise? Let's see. Who's jibber jabbing?
Well, you figured that out. Mercenary says, "I have to say that the music for this game sounds really good. I love that style. Also, how many feet did Cicero gain?"
Oh, this is our line. Are you hearing this shit?
Jesus Christ. That
Oh.
guy's pissed.
Oh.
I don't like mayonnaise.
I don't like mayonnaise either.
He must be upset about mayonnaise. So how many feet did Cicero gain?
Well, you can see he gained like a good half a foot, easy, in less than a month.
Cicero gets any bigger, you might have to play Pokemon with him as one of those giant Pokemon that they're putting in the new game.
Right?
Yeah, one of those new features that they'll throw out in the next game.
I'll just treat him like shit. All the giant Pokemon always wind up being jobbers. Anyone notice that? The cuter they are, the more powerful they are. That's how Pokemon works, right? You got little Pikachu, who's basically a fucking lightning rat, is like F5ing the shit out of Onyx, which is a literal rock dragon. A rock dragon! A dragon made of rocks.
He's upset about Onyx.
I'm a little upset. And then Steelix looks like a retard because he's got the buck teeth. What the fuck was that about? He forgot his fucking Pokemon retainer, I guess. I'm looking at bodies here. Is that an enemy or is that a
Filipino white boy
fellow
says,
racist?
I asked you this during your Metal Gear Solid stream, but since it's gone, thoughts on Metal Gear Solid constant use of tap X to avoid death during torture. I hate it the most.
Oh, that is not a homie. That is not a homie at all. That was. I could have murdered him at any time. He
Did you get shanked?
Yeah, I got shanked. Like T-Boogie in a prison shower.
Thoughts on Metal Gear Solid's constant use of tap X to avoid death during torture?
Oh, yeah, they do that. They did that in, off the top of my head, at least 3 different games.
Yeah. I think it was in 3 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's in 1.
It was definitely in 2 because Raiden gets tortured, doesn't he?
I don't know. I know the audience gets tortured by having to look at his butt crack. And also hear about how he gets up from the bed after he's made love with a woman. Alright, sweet. Let's...
Danny numero 6 says, why do people keep insisting that Scandinavian countries are socialist paradises when they're clearly not?
Okay, sorry about that. Which country?
Scandinavian countries.
It depends on which one you're talking about.
People. What is
Sweden,
it?
for example, is heavily socialized in certain ways, and yet more capitalist than we are in other ways.
What's
right? The reason the socialistic welfare policies of Sweden work is because they deregulated their economy in every other appreciable fucking way.
What's Bernie's go-to? Is it Norway or Denmark?
Let's get up here. Yeah, Norway and Sweden.
Is it Denmark? Yeah.
Form of an ice menorah. Whoa!
Thomas Delaney donates 20. Thank you very much. Not sure if you've seen Gettysburg the movie from the 90s. Really good stuff.
No.
They even got Civil War reenactors.
Boy, I don't know
to
about
play
you,
extras.
but I never get tired of having fucking Glory jammed down my throat.
Oh yeah, Glory.
Holy shit.
Which one is the one with Matthew Broderick?
That's Glory.
Glory.
It's a good movie, but goddamn, like, you'd think the whole fucking Civil War was fought with black soldiers. All right. I think I'm beginning to have a clearer picture of why the South lost the war.
Son of Angron says, Was the U.S. Civil War predominantly about slavery?
No.
No.
It was one of the contributing factors. I wouldn't even say it makes the top 5. I mean, I think what happened is it's a combination of it was useful propaganda for abolitionists in the North to rally them to the cause. So media at the time pushed that narrative pretty hard. And it was useful propaganda to get certain Southerners to join up with the cause. So... And of course, in the modern day, it's good to paint the South as racist and so forth. So, any dead white guy that can be painted as a racist is a net win for a socialist.
9/11.
Whoa! All right, cool. Here we go. Chilling here. What we got here?
Second Fleet Actual says Sabaton.
No, you don't, motherfucker. No, you don't. What? Did I get it? Ah, damn it. All right, that's it. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, I almost got him.
Yeah, he did.
I almost got him. Almost.
Thank you, Second Fleet Actual.
Shit.
David says, hey, Razor and T-Frame, have you seen that 2009 vampire movie that Alice Cooper was in called Suck?
I heard about that, but no, I didn't see it.
Can't say I don't even think I've heard of it.
Daw. Fucking Union. These death figures, I have a feeling, are severely downplayed. It's like a reverse Holocaust or something.
Uzi Patrol says...
Says what?
I'm trying to actually translate this first. You know what? You might be actually better at this. Hold on.
What are you talking about?
It's from Uzi Patrol. Right there in the middle.
Bring me a
Mama
body
say, mama
bag.
sa, mama kusa. He Razor is streaming. Godspeed, sir. And it's a Michael Jackson reference. How did you not know that?
No, I know it.
You.
I'm saying you're better
You're
at it.
full of beans. See, Eve's supposed to be the one full of beans, and you're over here.
All the beans are mine.
Full of fucking pintos over here.
Malroad kills.
Demonetized, folks. Once again, reasserting our demonetized status here tonight.
Malroad Kill says, the John Carter series is perfect for a third-person hack and slash and shoot, and it's open domain. Just follow the books and give it a Franzetta-style art.
Frazetta style.
Well, it says Franzetta, so... God fucking speed. Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Is it really open domain?
I wasn't aware of that. Hey, why were there only 5,000 Mexican soldiers at the Battle of the Alamo?
Why?
They only had 2 vans.
Ah!
All right, let's do the...
At least you're using your book and not
Let's do
mine.
it now.
Mine are worse.
All right.
I gotta find that other book somewhere
South Carolina.
in a drawer.
I haven't
somewhere.
tried anything other than... let's try private. Let's try private. That way my incompetence is more excusable. I'm an illiterate
Now I know.
ass hat from the deep south.
Speaking of John Carter, I know.
I'm my own father. I'm still waiting on my opposable thumb over here.
I know. Conan had a recent awful Marvel comic, but is Conan open domain?
No.
No.
Some of his stories are going to... They should be public domain, but there's been some serious chicanery with the Conan and Robert E. Howard copyrights. Like, some of the Solomon Kane stories should be flat-out public domain, and theoretically are, but for some reason, they're not.
So Solomon Kane, Conan, and I'm assuming also Red Sonja. They're all still being held by someone?
Yeah. Well, Red Sonja's a Marvel creation.
Is it?
She's a creation of the comics. She's not actually a Robert E. Howard character.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she's kind of loosely based on a couple Robert E. Howard characters, but she's not. There's no Red Sonja character in the Robert E. Howard books. All right, what are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing?
Bradford Walker says there is a Howard Sonja. Is there?
There's a Howard. Red Sonja is not in the Howard books. Characters that resemble or are similarly named, but no, definitely not. Hold on, where's damn it. Okay. Hello. I'm just gonna follow the gunfire.
RPC Black Wolf says, "Hold fast nations at war is more stream friendly." Is it? I've never heard of
Stream
it.
friendly how?
I'm not sure. I've never heard of it, though. Do you know more about that?
Nope. I know nothing. I heard a gunshot over here.
Kardak Isola donates 1776
Oh,
to
there
say,
they are.
"You've alluded to them in the past, but what's your full take on the skeptic community, or what's left of them?"
Yeah, what skeptic community? What are you talking about? What you're really talking about when you say skeptic community is a gaggle of interchangeable asshats who all glommed onto the Anita phenomenon, giving her undeserved relevance in the process, deepening the problems in the video game industry, and profited off of it thereby. And some of them are still profiting off of it, although, without exception, they've all fallen from relevance. They're all certainly less relevant than they were in 2013 or 14. If you made more than 2 or 3 Anita videos, you're probably exactly who I'm talking about.
Scarier 3? Or Scarier the Third? I don't know what you want to be called, but... yes, you hate Sabaton.
Scarier the Third Esquire.
Yes. Yes, you hate Sabaton, but any thoughts on Great War album that
No,
releases
I
this month?
love Sabaton. It's a meme, folks.
Yeah.
I
He
love
actually does
Sabaton.
like it. Also, have you heard 1914, 100 Days Offensive?
No. And the album sounds fucking bitchin'. Everything that I've heard sounds awesome.
And apparently
It's not
that
out yet, right? They're
releases-
still promoting it, but it's not out yet.
Apparently it releases this month.
Oh, what do we got here? Somebody bearing the standard there. Look at that fucking flag there. Somebody wants to get musketed.
Seeking Origin
Wants
says,
to take some balls on the chin. Moida. Whoa, somebody's shooting at me. Where's he at? I'll get you. Bayonet, you Yankee tyrants.
"Oh, I get it. Okay, I had to actually think about this joke before I said it.
Uh-oh.
All right, so you have to think about this one. What do you call a school?
will commence again.
I had to pause for Alex.
1863 will commence again.
What do you call a school shooter that's praised for his work?
Hold on a second. A school shooter that's praised for his work. I don't know.
A marine photographer.
Aww.
Schools of Fish. What did you think I was
I
talking
see
about?
what you meant. What the fucking balls?
Is that cannon fire?
Some goddamn cannon fire. What the fuck? Oh, I team killed someone. I'm gonna leave. I feel like such an asshole. I'm leaving. It's awful. Whoops.
Way to go.
Yeah, and it's immortalized on a stream forever. You team killed John Wankety Box, whatever the fuck his name was. The fact that I don't know what's worse, the fact that I team killed him or I can't be bothered to remember his name.
Garrett Wilson
For
says,
you, the most important day in the world was when RazörFist team killed your ass. But for me, it was Saturday.
Garrett Wilson says, I recall you saying you like Stradivarius in one of the previous streams.
That's a
what
good
are
band.
your 5 favorite songs of theirs?
I mean, it's been a while since I listened to them. I'd have to dig back into their albums. It's one of those bands where I'm only tangentially aware of them, but it's kind of like I'm the same way with Hammerfall. Yeah, Hammerfall's another one where it's like, yeah, absolutely everything I've heard from them is fucking bitchin', and I've even listened to their albums off and on here and there, but never bought an album and never just one of those bands you never dug into properly, right? But Stradivarius is bitchin'.
Alrighty.
Okay. So how many more team members can I murder is the question here.
Let's not ask that question. Black Embers says, alright, it's time to rate that band 1 to 10.
What's that?
Mud Nazis edition.
Oh, no.
Marduk.
I mean, on average, taking into account the shittier albums in the mid-period, I'd say like a solid 8.59 out of 10. Really fucking good band.
Clandestine Blaze.
Never heard it.
Pest Noir.
Never listened to Pest Noir either.
Goat Moon.
Yeah, 7 out of 10.
And Satanic Warmaster.
Oh, 10. Great fucking band.
Really?
10. Oh, yeah. Killer Finnish black metal. Great fucking band.
Raz says,
Let's see here. Which server should we join here? Hawkins.
do you see the United States
Who needs to get team killed is the question here.
Do you see the United States reaching an armed civil war conflict in our lifetime?
No. I don't. And here's why. Because I think in the time when the Civil War happened, there were actually the blockades and such and supply problems and all of that shit monetarily and demonstrably affected the South to such an extent that they felt utterly impelled to do. In other words, you really can't have a civil war until somebody's missing a meal. You know what I mean? Until there's some kind of resource or something. Until you're losing out on resources and such, it's I just don't see it happening.
Alrighty. And
too many people are still fat and comfortable, basically, I just don't see it happen.
Right.
Sorry, let me
only Caleb says, you can permanently live in any previous decade in American history, but it can't be the present or the 80s. Fuck you.
Oh, fuck you.
Which decade would you choose and why?
Oh shit, 1870s maybe to visit like Tombstone. I'd be interested to see Arizona history in the Old West at that time. Tombstone and maybe Deadwood being a Old West frontier town. That'd be fucking cool.
Oh, Cicero. Mind's Eye says,
Cicero, hey, come here, bud. Come here, bud. You big chunky monkey. Hey, Pupper, you sniffing the mic?
Oh,
he's biting the microphone. Cicero's on the mic right now, by the way. He's biting the mic. Good boy. Sorry.
Oh, we have a request.
What's that?
We would like to hear Tears in the Rain speech, but with Hank Hill's voice.
I've grilled things you people wouldn't believe. Butane on fire off the shoulder of Ireland. I've watched seafood be grilled down Razor All these cookouts will be lost in time. Like
Aw, the last part got cut off because you muted yourself. Just a second, guys.
Okay, sorry about that. As I accidentally unplugged myself is what I did. Sorry about that, gang. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, redo it. People want to know.
A cord got pulled. What?
They didn't hear it.
Oh, that sucks. All right, let's see if I can do a repeat performance.
I've grilled things you people wouldn't believe. Rich smoky patties off the shoulder of Orion. I've watched butane flame, which is a bastard gas, by the way, off the Tannhauser Gate. All these cookouts will be lost in time, like propane in rain. Time to cook, I tell you what.
Nice. Mind's Eye would like to say, what do you make of Mad Magazine?
What keeps happening, actually, is this fucking thing keeps getting pulled out. There we go.
Oh, the new cord gets pulled out? Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry about that.
Mind's Eye would like to know what you make of Mad Magazine's demise.
It was a slow disintegration for Mad Magazine. I mean, they were pretty good. I think the last time they were consistently good was the 90s. It's been a long time. And look, like a lot of quasi-comedic concerns over the last several years, they have not weathered the Trump-acost particularly well. So, you know, sorry about that. I had to plug Terengel's microphone cord back in because Cicero's going after it. But I honestly think that's what happened to Mad Magazine more than anything. It was like a slow disintegration, the death of print media in general, of course. Like monthly subscription magazines, obviously, are deader than disco. So you couple that with the fact that, you know, they handled Trump's election about as well as the screaming feminist broad from the day after the election, screaming at the fucking sky, and, you know, it all makes quite a fucking bullshit souffle. What should I do? Should I do the official server here? Do I actually want to be on a server with a bunch of other fucking people? Otto and Sherrick Farm. Oh, the map changed, actually.
John Horn donates 25.
I'll do that after answering a couple more questions.
Yeah. John Horn donates 25. Very generous. Thank you very much.
Godspeed.
You said before that Sterling was directly involved with Chloe Segal's cover-up and Pinsoft's
Yeah, in the Game
firing.
Journal Pro, he was posting in the thread about it on Game Journal Pros, the private,
right. That
you know,
leaked,
basically conspiratorial server.
Can you share any links? I'm sure they're out there.
Yeah, all the screenshots are still out there. He was part of all that. He was part of Game Journal Pros. He was part of all those conversations. More than that, I mean, you can just look. I mean, pay attention with your fucking eyeballs. He was still a featured writer on Destructoid and one of the central editorial figures on the fucking website when the Chloe Segal shit went down. I mean, how would he not be involved?
I can't find much other than he was chief editor and stayed silent during the whole debacle.
Other than the fact that he was the chief fucking editor, he was not involved at all, right?
But there you go. Yeah, I think it was called Game Journo Pros.
Yeah, it was. The Chloe Segal shit, I believe, came out. The Game Journal Pro shit was wrapped up in all that.
Jacob.
That was fucking horse shit. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
making excuses for somebody who literally scammed people on a fucking crowdfunding campaign to turn their Audi into an innie or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah. She said that it was eventually for a sex change operation, but she said it was like, what was the excuse? Like
making a game or something, or
I thought it was like an illness, like she was poisoned or she needed to pay.
It was under false pretenses, whatever it was.
Yeah,
they said it was something different. And then Alistair Pinsoff got, holy fuck, they threw him under the goddamn bus. If only they could do that with Sterling. If only physics permitted that act.
I mean, she lied, 100%. But anyway, Jacob F says, Disney's next mergers will be Silver Shamrock, Omni Consumer Products, and Cyberdyne.
And OCP. Who cared if it worked or not?
Oh, she needed life-saving surgery after a car crash?
Oh, yeah.
That was it?
Ugh.
Jesus.
Ugh. Wasn't she a video game developer? Now she needs life-saving surgery after an industry crash.
Dragonar says, this game reminds me when I was a kid and my grandpa took me to Civil War reenactment. God bless
really?
the South. David NS84 says,
I've been to the South several times. The biggest pain in the balls is setting your watch back 75 years.
David NS94 says, I've realized what we got right and wrong in the debates over Vietnam and Iraq. While the left used those conflicts to attack honor, patriotism, and service categorically, the right then conflated defending those ideals with defending those wars as policy.
I mean, I wouldn't even say the right. You're talking like neocons at this point. Right? There does need to be a line of demarcation here. There were plenty on the right who did not agree with those confrontations. The idea that those two things would be conflated was not an accident. That was engineered by the McCainite, Romneyite fucking wing of the Republican Party at the time. I will say, like, disagreeing with those conflicts, you don't even necessarily have to believe there weren't or could not have been weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. The problem, of course, is they probably would have been in such disrepair anyways.
Right.
They would have been. I do know that Hans Blix and the UN weapons inspectors, when they went in, did find evidence that they had been there. But, Saddam had been trying to dismantle them or demonstrate that he had been dismantling them in the weeks leading up to the invasion, if everyone remembers that bullshit. I do know that wasn't there like satellite photos of the things strapped to fucking trucks. Funny thing about trucks, when adequately fueled and sufficiently maintained, they have a tendency to move.
Mussolini A says, Boppity boopity, you mentioned me in your last video. Respecto. Also, Disney sucks. Also, when will you play War Thunder and challenge the Great Musso to biplane combat?
Really? Is that
Viva me.
You can fight the Italians with that? Of course, we already did Sniper Elite 4. You
suck
take
it,
out
Antifa. Yes.
Yeah, you take out the Fasci di Combattimento and that a little bit. Although it's mostly Nazis, yet again, because it's Rebellion Studios and they're in the UK, and it's
apparently
all
there's
about
only
Hitler.
one faction to rebel against.
Yep. The Japanese and the Italians didn't exist.
Garrett Wilson says,
Why? By the way, How many times did they do DLC of killing Hitler? Was it 2 or 3 times?
Oh, for Sniper Elite?
Yeah.
It was in every game.
And they didn't do assassinating Mussolini once.
Yeah, they even had the one where you go to Italy.
Yeah. The whole game was set in fucking Italy, and you didn't assassinate Big Ben. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Teddy Spaghetti.
All right. One more, and then we'll tear into another one of these.
Righto. Garrett Wilson says, what are your 5 favorite fantasy or sci-fi creatures? Oh, the alien, the xenomorph, like number 1 is up there. I mean, that's Geiger, man.
Right. You know, as far as like fantasy goes, I always really I mean, as far as fantasy goes, I'm a dwarf guy, right? I've always dug dwarves because they're just badass. It depends on the game though, the game or the setting or whatever. Tolkien dwarves are just based as fuck. I fucking love Tolkien dwarves. They're awesome. In other games, they kind of suck or they devolve into cringy Scotsmen. Like the Witcher games, I think the dwarves suck a dick, but...
Lots of good suggestions. Godzilla. Mimics. Treasure mimics, of course. That's what... where was it? Beholders.
Who? Barrow Wights are fucking awesome, too, in Tolkien. That's another thing that wasn't in the film. That was in the books only. And they kind of... Didn't they use elements of the Barrow Wight sequence for something else? Like, they used it either in the Don't Follow the Lights part of the Two Towers, or maybe it was in the...
Attention, Bajoran workers.
When the Ring Wraiths cornered them on Weathertop, they might have used certain elements from it in that. But the Barrow Wights were really fucking cool. Of course, the Nazgul. You'd have to go with the fucking Nazgul.
Yeah. This just in from Deus Polvolt, who donates $14.88. Iran has threatened to destroy Israel in 30 minutes if the U.S. attacks.
Boy, it's a good thing Trump's the warmonger here.
We must launch our assault immediately. I don't know how true that is. Going back. Mordecai Twerski says, thoughts on Thin Lizzy, and do you feel any pity for Mets fans? Or are you laughing
Everyone
at this
feels pity for Mets fans.
And Thin Lizzy?
I don't like Thin Lizzy very much at all. Never been a Thin Lizzy guy, really. Brian Robertson's a hell of a guitarist, though.
And Felix Wolf would like to know, are you familiar with Deaf Heaven?
Yeah, yeah.
If so, are you a fan?
Not particularly. Not really.
And
Isn't that like a Doom band kind of a thing?
I'm not sure.
A little bit of a Doom thing going on?
And left-wing leaning Parasite just donates $1 because he's too communist to say anything.
Communists normally say too much, let's be real.
But thank you anyway.
Seize the means of word production. So, the population has proliferated. Let's do this. Alright, I'll stay a private so my incompetence is less obvious.
Yeah, what are the, explain to me, like, because I can barely see the screen from here, but, like, what's the class system? Like, can you get different weapons?
Different weapons, different roles on the battlefield. You may or may not have to give orders. Alright. Let's load like a motherfucker here. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Alright, let's do this.
And I am fortunate enough to have the Cicero at my legs.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's our co-pilot on this stream, folks. So we got some Italians dipping into the American Civil War here tonight. We got 2 Italians.
2? Oh, you mean me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, I didn't see Godzilla yet. It's on the list. It's just so fucking hot outside during the day.
You're from San Antonio by way of Phoenix, dude.
Hey, if I can
Complaining
fucking
about
avoid
heat.
it, okay? Besides, San Antonio is more humid than anything else.
Alright, here we go. Now, those are my boys.
Mr. Melange
I think those are my
says,
buddies.
what happens first? Disney buys Wayland Yutani or Berkshire
those
Hathaway.
are not homies. I was not rolling with the homies.
You weren't rolling with... Oh, my. Disney buys Wayland Yutani or Berkshire Hathaway buys OCP?
Oh, man. Harmony Gold buys both.
I don't know why that takes me just right. That's pretty good.
No way Wayland Yutani is that evil.
Have a good night, Scarier. I hope I pronounced your name right. Let's see. Mr. Mosby says, I don't know about you, but I think the Dems raising their hands at health care for illegals, quotation marks, was just out of obligation, and see the more moderate Dems to turn a blind eye on the issue. Oh no, I'm aware, guys, that Florida's worse. It's fucking Florida. They've got swamps there.
Right.
Or wetlands, or whatever the fuck you
They've got
call
crocodile hurricanes there. Answer to the name of Pelosi.
Oh, but the one you missed.
Hover apples!
I don't know about you, but I think the Dems raising their hands at healthcare for illegals
Isaac
was
Newton just had a schizophrenic breakdown, sorry.
just out of obligation, and see the more moderate Dems to turn a blind eye on the issue.
Yeah.
I know about bears and rabbits. What are they?
It's just, to me, that was the moment the entire panel jumped the shark. It was also the moment, if anyone wanted to frame themselves as the, quote, sane candidate, they could have stepped up and said, are you people fucking batshit? And nobody did, which was very, very telling. Look, this happens in elections against an incumbent. Invariably, you'll wind up with a field that's far more extreme. That tends to happen. Doesn't happen with Republicans, because what are principles? But
Up against special yaks, says. What are your guys...
Jason F901 just said, tell Taryn he doesn't have to be sad now that gay month is over. It's definitely... Someone just said that.
A little lazy, but okay. What are your guys' thoughts on Disney censoring a 20-year-old blooper scene from Toy Story 2?
Blooper scene?
Do you think this was just a one-time thing to appease the Me Too crowd? Or can we expect more of this kind of crap with things that are less esoteric?
I hadn't actually heard about this. What scene was censored? What, just from the special features, or?
You know what? If I had to guess, I think I know which one.
Was it in the credits?
Was it the one with the Barbie doll chick? Like, and she's... Oh, God, it's been years.
Let me guess, it was something off-color Tim Allen said. Tim Allen, by the way, is based as fuck. People don't even know. He was such a good stand-up comedian back in the day. He probably still is. Dude's balls.
Barbie doll's casting couch. I thought so. Yeah.
Are those... I think those are the enemy.
And the miner with the Barbies. Yeah.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I saw that.
The giggler, man.
They killed the giggler!
They killed That was the most sensationally timed giggler notification ever.
Very nice.
I took a shank right to the carotid. And then immediately, they killed the giggler, man. God bless whoever sent that one.
Travis Hammer donates $1. He doesn't say anything, but thank you very much.
Oh, use your T button. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Oh. Trying to untie my shoes, Cicero.
Okay. There we go. That's our objective. Gotcha. Alright, cool. At least I think that's the objective.
Fireheart, I'm trying to understand what your donation is, but
Isn't your life one protracted exercise of trying to understand?
yeah, I mean, it helps when I don't think English is their first language. I wish I could get the syntax right here, but I don't understand if this is a question or not. He donates $5, and I wish I could translate this, but I can't. Thank you very much, though. Travis Hammer donates again. Doesn't say anything, but it's still appreciated.
Nope, that's a good guy. Hold on. Bad guy at. Hey.
Uzi Patrol says, how about a Predator movie set during the Civil War or the Old West?
It would be cool.
I don't like mayonnaise.
I
cannot tell
believe that there
that's-
are a couple of comics like that, aren't there?
I think that's a baddie. Oh, that's a team. God damn it, dude. And he was aiming his gun at the other guy. Yeah, it's my bad.
I think that might be cool, though. Predator movie in the Old West. There would be, there was one comic that followed a predator and a bunch of pirates, which was really cool.
Alright.
What's your take on it?
I mean, they've followed the Predator through different settings in the past.
Yeah.
So that's not outside the realm of possibility, certainly. I need to reload.
Evil Dead says, evening, Razor and T-Boog.
Team Kill Fest 2019.
People always say how X movie goes with X holiday. That said,
Cobra and Christmas, you mean?
what is the go-to movie for 4th of July, in your opinion?
Oh, shit. The Patriot, maybe? Or, The Patriot's a badass movie. Silly as fuck, but a badass movie.
What was the time period Air Force One was set in?
Air Force One? What, it came out in, like, 97?
Well, no, I mean, like, when was the movie set? Was it near 4th of July?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Independence Day.
Oh, shit, the Ewoks are attacking.
Well, yeah, but that's easy, though. It's called fucking Independence Day.
No, you don't! Ah, shit, I was trying to dive behind the tree in time. Ah, I saw him too. Fuck.
Hey, bud.
Danny numero 6 donates $19.99 to say, just listened to Sargeist's Satanic Black Devotion recently.
That album's a fucking masterpiece.
And Shatraug is a damn good guitar player, but his vocals on the track Frowning Existing are god-awful.
Those are not his vocals.
Oh. Thankfully, that was the only song he provided vocals for.
Oh, no. Yeah. He did one. Okay, cool.
There was a fake movie trailer for a Predator movie set in feudal Japan. I bet it used that...
already better than the last several Assassin's Creed titles.
I bet they used some of the footage from Predators, or that Yakuza had a duel with the Predator, which was pretty cool. Predators, for all the shit it gets, had
Is
some
terrible?
really good parts. Filipino white boy.
I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way, but it's pretty awful. It's pretty terrible.
Filipino white boy says thoughts on FromSoft's mech game Metal Wolf Chaos, which got a release date recently.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They announced it on July 3rd.
Yeah. Hey, shit dicks. Armored fucking core.
Yep.
This is not hard.
What was all original footage? Thank you.
Unlike your dicks at the prospect of the 50,000th fucking Souls clone.
You realize we're streaming that game, right?
What?
Metal Wolf Chaos.
Mech Souls?
It's the most patriotic game ever.
No, it does actually look really fucking cool.
Yeah. Welcome to the White House, says the Canadian voice actor.
I know.
They killed the giggler, man. They killed the giggler!
And this is where I'll hide for the rest of the war. Here we go. I found where Terengel has been for the last 30 years. Ah!
Autistic accountant says, evening, gents. I'm visiting my best friend from when I was in the Marines in Plantation, Florida. And there was a gas pipe explosion that wrecked a strip mall 2 miles away from us.
Wow.
I legit thought the explosion was an airstrike and we were being invaded. Could be worse, though. I could be in Southern California.
Well, in fairness, if you were in Florida, you were being invaded, just not like that.
I could be in Southern California. They are one earthquake away from sinking into the sea. Or at
God,
least...
and they're still due for like a couple more?
Yeah.
Really big ones?
Or at least one can hope. Anyway, stay safe out in this crazy world. Hope you get your Arizona Bay soon.
Well,
Deathfult, you magnificent.
I'm just hoping they don't have time to flee here before it happens. That's my longest abiding desire.
I've got my oceanfront property. Do you?
Okay.
Follow the Dark Wolf. Donates
Whoa,
20.
whoa. Is that a... Hold on. See, that fucking HUD does not help much. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Razor, as you race to your favorite Walmart blasting Nirvana, thinking of a three-way with Kojima and Todd Howard.
Right.
Remember to get Divinity, Original Sabaton, and some Strickland Propane accessories because Stone Cold says so.
Taste the meat, not the heat. And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
All right, let's do this. I'm not seeing... Apparently they can see someone. Oh, way the fuck over there.
Dickbutt says, Feminist Frequency Radio is now on BitChute. Nowhere is safe.
I think that's her trying to... I think she's fishing for harassment.
It's either that
I
or...
said it at the time. I think she's fishing for another headline grab.
I honestly think it might just be someone uploading her shit.
That
Probably
too.
doesn't even
That
know.
too. You know.
Unless she has put it out on her like Twitter or something that hey, I've got videos up on BitChute now. Then it's probably fake.
Whoa.
David NS84 says, "Glad to see you back, Taryn.
Top right window.
Hope you didn't suffer too badly from any rectally related hobbies. Remember that moderation is a virtue, or you risk a prolapse." Well, thank you for that image. I'm sure everyone appreciates it.
Let's see here. Big fan of Harvey Fierstein monologues, are ya?
Dominant Persona says, "Speaking of Epstein,
Oh, come on.
liberals are trying their best to connect the lifelong Dem donor Epstein to Trump."
Yep. Yeah, I've heard, and I honestly, I think that's their best attempt at obfuscation, because they know Clinton is tied at the dick to this Epstein twat. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Yeah, they're trying their best now.
Oh shit! 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 No! 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 Oh shit!
Trying their best to...
Ah!
Aw.
Couldn't turn around fast enough.
But yeah, they're trying their best to sell Epstein and Trump before the real story comes out. Clinton and Epstein.
Yeah. Well, and it turns out it just came out today that Bill Clinton apparently was on his private jet even more times than we already knew about.
Oh, Jesus.
He's practically living on that fucking thing. I think that's the idea. All right.
Twitter is surging with this to attack Trump and not even mentioning Clinton.
Yep. They have, I mean, Twitter have always curated their trends. It has gotten particularly brazen of late, if anyone else has fucking noticed.
Don't be surprised MSM runs with this. Yeah, well.
Oh, 100%. The only reason you're hearing about this at all is they're going to try and connect it to Trump, which is fucking
And the moment
silly.
the Clinton stuff comes out, silence.
Oh, dead silence. Which, that's probably the one saving grace, is if they take the shot at Trump, they're gonna have to hit Bill Clinton. Now, Bill Clinton has outlived his utility to them in a lot of ways anyway, so maybe they'll take the shot anyway. But, it's hard to imagine they would, and here's why. Because if Biden wants that moderate bullshit vote, he's gonna need people like Bill Clinton to campaign for him going forward. So if you're going to go with like a Kamala Harris or a Joe Biden, you do not want to take Bill Clinton down, because he's going to be one of your most valuable campaign assets.
Ooh. Stealth Creation says, any thoughts on what Mastodon's doing to their own developers over Gab? It seems a little self-destructive.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hadn't heard about any of that. But you know what's going on?
No. Fuck. For slavery and tobacco. Rape them all.
We have 3 minutes. I need to get everyone fucking reformed. Maybe we can give them the fucking final. Man. Let's go. Let's get it.
Come on in.
Go ahead on.
Let's get back to our stone.
Back to where it all began. A barn. The fuck is that smoke? What is... Did Oprah bust ass over there? What is that supposed to be, glare?
Uzi Patrol says, good luck fighting a supergroup of Ted Nugent, Kansas, and Styx. Aunt Baldwin says, Razor, I'm going to see Sabaton this October. To which I must say, so. No Sabaton?
Yeah. Is that? I think that's one of our guys, actually.
Ruditude says, hey, Razor, though,
Shit.
though your recommendations have helped me expand my game library greatly,
Are they making a push, or is that our guys?
I have to say that I was really disappointed by Underworld Ascendant, which was an unpolished and buggy mess. Do you guys still feel positively about the game?
Have you played it since the fucking patches?
Right. Like, even recently, it got a huge update.
It has had a, like they've added, like, a whole other game to it. It's got, like, 12 gigs of fucking updates on it. It's like a totally different game, regardless.
I say, if you played it at release, go back and play it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say give it another whirl. I fundamentally think you're full of shit on how bad it was at launch, though, because I thought it was still good at launch. It was just janky. I think its faults in that regard were grotesquely exaggerated. It was mostly like visual jank and funky physics shit that was happening. At least in my experience. I do, however, concede. You know, I didn't actually play that far into the game initially, so I wouldn't have encountered a lot of the glitches that people ran into. Oh, come on! What is this? What, you got a Civil War era smoke grenade going on here? What is this? Holy God!
Damn.
Get back here, Rebel. Where you going?
Uzi Patrol says, favorite Civil War era song?
Come on, Peggy. Who's next? I'm set.
Stephen Hartley.
Judas Priest, you got another thing coming.
Stephen Hartley says, will you ever do a video on Sam Hyde?
No, because I don't know a fucking thing about him.
He's the greatest villain of our time.
How does he keep getting away with it?
I have no clue.
Can I do... Oh, I can change my fucking class. God damn it.
Bogzar Kroll Lavowski says,
Yeah.
no AK-47 in a Civil War game?
Right?
0 out of 10.
No loot boxes? What the fuck?
Yeah, where are my loot boxes?
Of course, in a Civil War game, the loot boxes would probably contain people.
Oh.
Or 3/5 of one, anyway.
Oh.
What?
Now we're demonetized.
What? Oh, I can't even join the Union. What the fuck?
That's pretty good. Lucifer says, what did the Jewish guy say when he got recaptured by the Nazis?
Oy vey?
Auschwitz, here we go again. Party Almsivi says, away down south in the land of traitors, I see.
Well, I haven't. I've only had one opportunity to even play as the Union. So.
Jim Sterling in a mankini says, RazörFist stream? And it's on my day off? My manhood is fired out of my undergarments and up my nose.
Oh, I'm looking into my own beard. Oh! So this is what hipsters feel like.
That is something Jim Sterling would do.
This is the only... When you finally play this game, that'll be the only time you've ever touched a nipple, I think. So you don't know enough firearms lingo to even chuckle at that.
Oh man, is that Bayonets?
All right.
Never grab that pig from us. What are we doing there, sir?
So this is how we lost all our rights.
David NS84 says, More tasteless jokes for free speech. What's blue and doesn't fit?
I don't know.
An epileptic at the bottom of a swimming pool.
No! Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Already taking fire. Holy shit.
How many do the cops have to kill before there are riots? 3/5.
Oh, let's see.
A Mexican with a boner runs into a wall. What hits first?
First off, I'm taking exception to the idea that a Mexican would even run into a wall anywhere near our border.
But what hits first? His lawnmower.
Okay, here we go. All right, come on. God damn it.
Like, stop reloading in the middle of
I don't deal with psychos.
Goddamn right I don't. Oh, I almost got him. God damn it.
Random
I
Byzantine.
almost cobra'd him right in the head.
Random Byzantine guard says, "Get behind cover and fire in line with your company."
What? No shit, asshole. The fuck?
Look, if he just does what everyone else does, then he can't get any of those, you know, multi-kills for his sick, fucking video that I'm gonna edit for him. With techno. Or what is it the kids use today for their compilation videos?
Flapper music, I think.
Is it still, Skrillex shit? Is Skrillex still alive? My god, is Skrillex dead? What year is it?
See, this is everything that you've witnessed tonight on this Civil War stream is how we wound up in the year 2019, where we're fighting childhood obesity by building stronger seesaws.
Do a no-scope 360 headshot. Do it right now.
What? No. All right, here we go. How many of my teammates will lose their lives in service to my incompetence?
Okay. Follow the Dark Wolf. I promised to look while I ask this.
Here we
Follow
go.
the Dark Wolf says, Taryn, how enraged does Razor get when I say that Keanu Reeves will give a better performance in Cyberpunk 2077 than Rutger Hauer in Observer?
That may be the most fanboyish statement ever made. I don't even know. Name a time Keanu Reeves has ever given a performance of any description. Let's be real.
It was disappointing. Follow the Dark Wolf. Mass Effect versus Deus Ex. Deus Ex wins. I mean, I don't even see how that's a competition. The first Mass Effect was good, but Jesus Christ.
It was disappointing, Dark Wolf. That response was disappointing, Dark Wolf.
Powderbot says, why do you and Eve keep bullying Taryn? Isn't the transsexual suicide rate high enough?
Oh.
Holy shit.
Wow. How do you sharpshoot with a musket from that distance?
God damn.
How do you even? I mean, that was silly. Fuck's sake. I couldn't hit a zit on my own forehead at that with this fucking firearm.
Follow the Dark Wolf donates again to says, Boomhauer has better enunciation than Taryn. What? Felix Wolf says, any opinions of the band Ghost?
I love Ghost. I think Ghost is great. A lot of people have issues with them, but I don't really get it. I think they're fine. They're not like one of my favorite bands, but I think they're good, by and large.
David NS84 says, well, I was MIA last week because I was busy finishing up my MFA writing degree. I now have a finished post-apocalyptic thesis novel and lots of student debt. However, one of my mentors thinks I should seriously shop it around to editors and agents.
Good shit.
Oh, I hope that goes well for you, man.
Don't ask permission. Do it.
Do it.
Do it now!
Non-Vitae
Come
Rex.
on, I'm here. Kill me.
Non-Vitae Rex says,
Do it.
pitch a Tom Holland Spider-Man and a Tom Hardy Venom versus or team-up movie.
Here's my pitch. Stop casting Tom Hardy in things.
There you go. Sam Wetherington says, love the Predator 2 review. And I know this is weird, but I'd really love to I'd really love it if you could say the words.
God,
in your best.
Wait a minute. What do you have? MS? Fuck. Well, I got him.
Okay.
I got somebody. That happened. And it wasn't a member of my team for once, which is neat. Nice change of pace.
In your best Hank Hill, Mr. Wetherington would like you to say these two lines.
Hold on, bro.
Oops, shit. Knocked my mic. Sorry about that, guys.
Fucking Xena Warrior Princess over here. No, you don't. No, you don't, dipshit. Center mass, motherfucker.
Are there any taunts? Can you yell too?
There's a salute, I know, but I think it's F5 is salute. Salute is an overrated wrestling finisher. All right. Is that my guy? Ah, fuck. Get down. Get down. All right. Reload. Holy shit. I'm stuck in fucking slow-mo, apparently. I got John Woo on my back. Alrighty. I am getting shot at like a motherfucker. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Cicero's playing with me.
Look at him go. Cicero's losing his shit over here, and holy God, this guy just got dropped. Fuck.
What are you doing?
Yikes.
Careful, doggo. It's got the phone cord. Oh. Careful. There you go.
That is the internet cord, actually.
Yeah. Well, it's technically a phone cord.
All right. Hey.
Cicero, calm down.
He's pulling out cords over here. All right.
Oh, do you have a moment now?
Sorry, what was it again?
In your best Hank Hill.
Line up on line.
Okay.
Line up on the line.
Line up.
Lines, Mr. Weatherington here.
Okay. Oh. Oh boy. Where?
Should be at the top.
I'm not seeing it. It's not there.
What, are you guys take Alabama? If you're ain't Alabama, I need you in my life. We need to start fucking you.
Where?
Hey, soldier.
Oh. Would you say the words
Boggle, you big baby, and Dallas Paladin
in your best Hank Hill impression? Done and done, motherfucker.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, go ahead.
Hope it was worth it.
Alright, boys.
All right.
Yep, Florida boys, y'all with me. Let's go.
Let's do this now. Okay, I'm just following like a lemming. Like all the people who are supporting net neutrality. Isn't it crazy living in the post-apocalypse that was created by allowing net neutrality to expire? Isn't it rough?
Lebo Productions has Cicero calm down. Yeah, he's fine. He's chilling. Obone Obi-Wan, I'm not sure what you're trying to say here. It's a question, but how long into Call of Duty has Mage or Dragons? I'm not sure what you're trying to ask there. But thank you for your donation.
Alright, what do we got here? We're not triangulated. Where are these fuckers? Taking care. Aha, I see them. Ditching the bayonet. I need additional accuracy here.
Fuck them up!
Holy shit.
Can you do it? Can you snipe their asses?
No. The answer is no. But we'll at least get to see a neat little aiming animation before I take a fucking muzzle ball to the brain. Holy shit. Major Michael J. Fox. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. That probably went right in my butthole, just knowing my luck.
You got a serpentine.
Something jumped up and bit me.
Stealth Creation says, shooter pitch. Battlefield map style, first person taking place in South Africa when British go to war with Boers and Zulu.
A Boer war game.
With separate faction campaigns. Interesting.
That'd be neat. You could see all the battles Winston Churchill made up bullshit stories about. It'd be fantastic.
Nobody messes with Adam Wee. Says, evening. How was your Independence Day?
Oh, it was fantastic. We had a cookout. We made steaks. Hot dogs. It was fantastic.
Powderbot says,
all right.
30-second Slipknot mythos. Go.
Fucking bullshit. See,
welcome.
I didn't even need the full 30 seconds.
Yep. Filipino White Boy says, will you be reviewing Ace Combat 7 at some point?
Yeah, I'd love to. I only recently started playing it because I was waiting for that fucking patch to allow me to use my fucking joystick. It's a totally different game now.
Oh.
Now that I can control it the way I prefer to.
Necroner says, staying on MST3K. Favorite Mad? For me, it's Dr. Forrester. Who's your favorite? I've always loved Mrs. Forrester.
Who?
Mrs. Forrester, his mother. The lady.
Wait for them to come on over. It's easy time.
I am not seeing him at all. And I can't aim at anything I can't fucking see.
Alright, boys. It looks like they're taking...
Are these guys saying Durka-dur?
Oh my god.
taking cover behind the stone wall, so really we're just creating smoke. So post fire.
All right.
Just wait.
I'm a southerner. I loved sitting and doing nothing.
Play that damn song.
You got a mic there?
Okay. You could probably ask another question right now since I'm doing fuck all.
Who was your favorite Mad? Was it Dr. Forrester or Mr. Forrester?
Favorite what?
The bad guy from MST3K.
Oh, you know I hate the skits on MST3K. I fucking hate them. Just shut up and get to the damn movie. The skits are always unfunny.
Patty says, 2 questions. What is the series of your Thrustmaster?
Oh, let me take a look at the box real quick. T16000M.
There you go.
That's the HOTUS model.
And name some Canadian band you like.
Razor, fucking Exciter, Lee Aaron. As far as newer bands, like Godless North is a great black metal band.
Black Ember says, have you considered doing smaller metal mythos missives for bands like Morbid or Hellhammer that have relatively small discographies?
I don't know why I fired or what the fuck I fired at there.
Well, shit. That was gruesome.
Shit. This game is boss. I am not even seeing a muzzle flash. I'm not just gonna fire errantly. Ah, there they are.
Worst line of fire.
Not
So what do you think of smaller metal mythos?
Let's do this.
For
I've
small
already
bands?
done for which band specific? Morbid?
Morbid and Hellhammer.
Sure. I mean, I'd love to do a Hellhammer one. In fact, I'd venture to say I plan to eventually.
Minarchist would like to know your thoughts on Rainbow Six Quarantine.
Haven't fucked with it.
Uncultured Barbarian says, good evening, fellow Bajoran workers. With Hollywood being all about swapping race and or genders in remakes these days, I can't wait till they remake Roots and cast Michael Cera.
Right?
As good
That's Ubangi for finger looking good.
Danny numero 6 says, thoughts on Adam Kokesh?
Who?
I'm not sure who that is either.
Adam West. Adam West.
Pixelation says, why don't Dems get prosecuted for crimes like aiding and abetting illegal immigration or those mysterious suicides?
Because they've spent the last 7 decades stacking the courts with people who agree with them. How are you gonna fucking... And not to mention all the DAs that are on their payroll. It's hard to prosecute someone who owns the DA and the judge. Pretty rough.
Nobody messes with Adam Wee says, thoughts on the Batman who laughs both the story and the character?
Never paid attention to it.
I also don't get how Pikachu can defeat Onix, especially since he's a rock Pokemon.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But by God, they did it. fuck. Oh, fuck.
You're right here. Get on this line. Get on this line. Get on the line. Take aim. Take aim.
Come on now. They're making their charge.
Sam C would like to know, considering the last extra credits YouTube video,
What was it? A lot of people were spurging out about it.
Are you not afraid of normalizing Confederate soldiers?
Right?
We're doing volleys. We're doing volleys.
Yeah.
Fire.
I don't know about you, but after I played Cooking Mama, I woke up and I was Emerald Lagasse.
Dread Cassowary says, leftists are really already claiming that Epstein will implicate Trump, despite Trump pretty publicly disliking him and banned him from Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. He really didn't care for Jeffrey Epstein at all, but they've been talking for a long time. They've laid the groundwork for this, and honestly, I think that's the only reason Epstein is being brought to any kind of justice. I think they already have a game plan on how they want to try and implicate Trump. That's the idea. Alright, let's see.
Lucifer says, what do you call a Japanese person attracted to cats?
A what?
A Japanese person attracted to cats.
I think you call them Japanese.
A necophile.
No. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Last stand.
Yep. We're getting our asses pushed in. Fuck. Come on, 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 reload, motherfucker. You can do it!
Farm Master Flex says, here's to the one social utopia to have existed.
Right?
Party Om Civi says, William Sherman did nothing wrong.
Nothing.
Mercenary says, speaking of Denmark, did you hear what they did with the Little Mermaid at Disney?
Oh, what the fuck?
Seriously.
It's just getting so tiresome because this is like the 5th time they've done this. And it's just so obvious that they literally have board meetings discussing the next cringy SJW thing they're going to shovel into a fucking live-action remake no one wants. By the way, when did we get back on the live-action Disney remakes? Anyone remember when they tried to remake Pinocchio and it fucking bombed? No?
Seriously, Overlord DVD or Doomclock made a whole rant video about it and how the internet is pissed as well because they're getting rid of red hats. I think he means redheads.
Yeah, it's funny because if you want to talk about persecuted minorities, redheads are pretty fucking rare in the world.
Like, if you actually look this up, like through DC, through Marvel, just look at all the redheads that are getting replaced. It's weird. Like,
it's a little
specifically redheads.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
Onyx says, the 4th of July was all the more freer as the day before I received the notice my work visa was approved. Coming here legally is a long and hard process, but I refuse to cut in line. The law is the law. Godspeed, Mr. and Mrs. Fist, and T-Square as well. Thank you for having the devotion to do it the legal way.
Yeah, no shit. And look, I recognize the bureaucracy is a fucking joke. I had a friend who found out they were brought here illegally, immediately applied for citizenship after they found out, and it took over a decade. Like, it took forever.
God damn.
I know, and they did everything by the letter, obviously, except that they were brought here as a child, you know, against their will, illegally. But as soon as they found out, they immediately tried to remedy the situation, and it still took them over a decade. It took forever.
No, okay, cool. That'd be awesome.
David, NS84
Oh,
says,
we're spectating. Sweet.
speaking of John Carter, I have some inside info that they plan on giving the MCU treatment to the Barsoom books, and they're set to announce it at Comic-Con. Didn't Comic-Con already happen? Or are we talking about next year's Comic-Con?
Yeah, the movement in this game can certainly be tightened up a bit. Move like a fucking refrigerator with legs.
Kevin Michael Von Magnum says, what needs to be eradicated ASAP? The city of Tempe or the D-backs bullpen?
I still say the D-backs actually don't have that bad of a bullpen. But they're all underperforming at once, sadly.
Bring me a body bag.
Ooh, good timing.
That was really good timing.
Ooh, good timing. Didn't do nearly as bad that time.
White Wolf says,
almost like teamwork works or something.
Taryn, both Conan titles at Marvel are good. Marvel can't...
Oh, they're dog shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, pal. They fucking crossed him over with the goddamn Avengers. They literally have a fucking Avengers team with Conan on it. It's fucking stupid. It's incredibly... They're awful. The comics are terrible. Stop it. And to make matters worse, the Marvel Conan comics are terrible at the same time that there's a fantastic Conan comic going on in France, which is ridiculous. They're like direct adaptations of the fucking books. And gorgeous art. Oh, man. It makes you want to fucking weep. I think people are saying that those comics are good because they expected them to be 50 times fucking worse. I think that's honestly what's going on.
Marvel can't SJW it due to legal obligations from the Howard estate.
What does that even mean? There's not. It's not like there's an anti-SJW stipulation in the fucking contract.
Maybe they say that he can't be portrayed in a certain manner.
No, you see, because here's how you do it. You just make the you introduce a chick and you make it all about her and how strong she is, and Conan becomes a supporting character. You give him the Mad Max Fury Road treatment. That's what you do.
Razor, how about a PS3 Conan stream?
PS3 Conan stream? Oh, the Conan PS3 game?
I think so.
The old one? Yeah, I never played that. I don't know if it's any good. I remember it being a bit of a bomb at the time.
And they got...
Here's a fucking question. How many fucking Conan games are we going to release every goddamn generation before we get a single fucking Solomon Kane game? How many? We get like 4 or 5 different Conan games. Replace one of those with a Solomon Kane. Just fucking one! God damn it! I mean, you got enough fucking characters that are printing money ripping off Solomon Kane. How about you fucking get on it, Funcom, or whatever the fuck the company's called? I think it's Funcom, right? Who owns the rights to all the Robert E. Howard shit?
I'm not sure.
Just one! Even if you're a Conan fan, how can you poo-poo that idea? Do you need 50 goddamn Conan games? Do you have to hog all the Robert E. Howard games and give them to the loser in the fucking loincloth? Fuck. Jesus. Not that I'm bitter.
Mind's Eye says, visited Arizona a few weeks back on a road trip. You lucky sods have some of the best desert and mountain landscapes in the country.
Yeah, and we have a lot more grassland and forest than a lot of people realize.
Yeah.
There's a lot of forest in this state, and especially a lot of like rolling kind of like highland like grassland and shit that nobody ever really talks about. They just think it's all desert.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to go that far.
Yeah, not really. You know, you get an hour out of town and you're already hitting like rolling fucking greenery.
Criminal Imagination says, ever heard of a Danish band called Pretty Maids?
Of course, they're awesome.
There's no maids, and they're not pretty.
Yeah, they're a boss band. I've always liked the Pretty Maids.
One of my favorite tracks, back to back, is Manly as Hell.
Yeah, another really good Swedish. There were a lot of like Swedish bands. Or that's a Danish band, but there were a lot of like little bands. There was a cool Danish band called Geisha that Mickey D was in, actually. That's pretty fucking good. Kind of AOR-ish. Really good shit. That was before he joined Motorhead, obviously. And before he joined King Diamond as well.
And he points out they kick ass live as well.
Yeah, I've heard.
Danny, numero 6, says, we all know Varg is a piece of shit, but
Indeed.
what do you think about Euronymous?
I mean, I think he was a piece of shit in his own way, too. He was probably... I don't think... Like, Varg accused him of stealing money from him. I think it was more that he was just a shit businessman. You know? He seems like the classic archetype of a guy who had enough charisma to get people to follow him, but not enough confidence in himself or actual wherewithal to make things happen, if you know what I mean. Like, to actually carry things through. Kind of, he strikes me as like a classic bullshitter in a lot of ways. And you need those people, like a Paul Heyman type, you know what I mean? Like a classic bloviating jackass. You have to have those kind of people to inspire and drive people into a specific course of action. But when those kind of people run into someone like a Varg, who's very type A and fucking wants to control everything and is also a bit on the autistic side, you, well, let's just say it's not a mystery. Fucking one killed the other.
Also...
But, by the way, and I've said this a million times, if fucking Euronymous had been quicker on the draw, how much better would it have been to have the last fucking 25 years of kick-ass Euronymous black metal riffs instead of fucking Burzum gradually degenerating into a fucking synth rock embarrassment because, quote, heavy metal is black people music. Yes, that is an actual quote from Varg on his own goddamn website. And only keyboards are real. Yes, actual quote. Actual fucking quote. He did. Bellis was a pretty good comeback album, though. But it didn't take Varg long, you notice, to suddenly become disenchanted with making actual black metal albums. It was like one or two, and then he was back to the electronica bullshit once again.
And he finishes with, also, Lords of Chaos was trash.
Yeah, yeah. Jonas Ackerlund should be fucking embarrassed making that trash.
The Rich and Mighty says, does this game normalize Nazis?
It certainly normalizes muskets.
Equitus says, Razor, just got here. Any thoughts on Epstein being arrested? We actually already opined on that. If you've already talked about it, disregard this and apologies. You don't have to apologize, man.
I will, an apology accepted. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Onyx says, was I the only one who laughed with prejudice when Tim Schafer parted his butt cheeks wide for the Microsoft Phil Spencer's schlong at E3 this year?
Yeah, that was pretty glorious.
Deus Polvolt says...
Couldn't have happened to a nicer inflamed cunt.
I actually read that one already. Damaster says, Jeff Epstein was busted for trafficking children as sex slaves. Pizzagate is real! What can we do against such evil? Is it time to get the, well, we'll delete that.
What?
But what can we do against such evil?
Drawn quarter his cock? What was he saying? Prosecute the fucker. Look, use their own political perfidy against them. They want this to become a big black mark against Trump. The truth is, the media was always going to try and turn this into something about Trump. They were laying the groundwork for this a long fucking time ago. So let them start it, because you know it's not going to hold up to scrutiny. let them do it and take Jeffrey Epstein down like Gamora.
White Wolf says, Razor, did you look up Enemy Front on Steam? Just $3.
No. No, I haven't.
Andy Versus says, Uncle Bernie told me to redistribute my income, so here you go.
Godspeed.
Thank you very
Godspeed,
much.
fellow traveler.
Houston JDD donates 20. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, what
and
the
he
fuck?
just,
What
he
is
just
going on
says-
with his rod?
He just says, thanks, dude. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for
That is a
joining us.
beautiful fucking weapon, though.
No, Deus, that was your one from earlier. I read it immediately the moment you donated. But I'll get to your new one.
More
very
diagonal
soon.
running. Come on.
David NS84 says,
You ever
Here-
visited a Civil War battlefield, by the way, before you say that?
no, actually. Actually, you know what? I might have. I think I was really young.
Yeah. I think I've been to one in Tennessee, maybe? Or maybe possibly Kentucky?
I've been to the Alamo lots of
I
times.
think there's
so-
one in Indiana as well, one of the more obscure ones, and I think I went there, possibly. Jesus, someone is taking some pot shots at me.
David NS84 says, here's a fact to blow Eve's mind. The CSA's Secretary of State was Jewish. Did you guys hear
She
that?
just shouted oy vey. Ah, fuck. Man, someone really wants my ass. Sheesh.
A suspicious mustache donates 20. Thank
Oh,
you very
dear.
much. Hello, Confederate General Razor and slave editor Tarek. Are you a fan of any? Oh, sorry. Are you a fan of any of the great jazz guitarists like Barney Kessel? Or
I'm not. Yeah, that's
Django Reinhardt.
I do know Django Reinhardt. It's funny. Wasn't Django Reinhardt, I think, was the inspiration? Funny little Black Sabbath factoid. When Tony Iommi chopped his finger off, it was the day he was going to quit too. It was a big personal tragedy. He was very, very despondent when it happened. And I believe it was his boss gave him a Django Reinhardt album, had him listen to it, and told him, this guy has a handicap. If Django Reinhardt is the person I'm thinking of, gave him an album, had him listen to it, said, hey, he's disabled as well. You can actually do this. And then heavy metal was born. So Django Reinhardt indirectly responsible for the birth of heavy metal.
They make great listening music while sipping mint julep.
Indeed. Mint juleps are absolutely grotesque, by the way.
Pining for the day the South will rise again. Chris Johnson donates $2. Doesn't say anything, but thank you very much. What's going on with all that hooting and hollering?
Well, I think I got one.
There's no kill feed or any confirmation?
You don't get confirmation on the kills, which I kind of like, actually. It's pretty cool. You're part of a unit instead of, going out headhunting.
Black Embers says, someone asked about Death Heaven earlier, and I thought I just set the record straight. No, they're not some doom metal. They're post-black metal shoegaze hipster garbage from San Francisco.
Wow, that sounds terrible. Yeah, I've heard of the band. Oh shit, we've been flanked. Flanked. Okay. Here we go. Crouching behind the finest cover there is. Bales of hay.
They're bulletproof, from what I've heard.
Indeed.
Uh-oh, yeah, they're on our flank right now. Uh-oh, there's a lot of them. Kill the man. Fix up your bayonets, boys. This might get hairy.
Random Byzantine guard says, Gettysburg's Visitors Center has been renovated in recent years. You should go visit if you're ever in Pennswoods. The NPS did a great job designing.
Oh, shit. I was going to take that guy out. No, you don't, fuckhead. Where's he at? I saw him. Second ago. Get down! God damn!
Overkill says, Evening, boys. Is the prevailing media's reactions to everything past 2016 a sign of postmodern liberal political pop culture finally run its course?
It's definitely not, I mean, 100%. They took a major blow in 2016 just in terms of public acceptance. There is an entire strata of society now that will not accept the commonly accepted narrative, which was not the case before for many, many years. You know, even if it's a small sliver of society, that objectively is a pretty major occurrence. Alright. Here we go.
Jay Smith says, Hey, Taryn, give your balls a tug, buddy. Thanks.
That's 12 years been on tonight.
Here we go.
Truber Cox donates 20, but doesn't say anything. Thank you very much. That's extremely generous of you. Minarchist says, Explain why U.S. is a republic and not a republic democracy.
I mean, the format... I'm actually... I'm about to do a video about this, guys. Actually, I'm going to get into the roots, the philosophical roots of the United States of America, and talk about my favorite philosopher, which is Marcus Tullius Cicero. That's what I named my dog after. You know, one of the formative figures of the Caesarean period of the Roman Empire, and you know, for a long time, probably one of the foremost voices in ancient Rome. This is a guy who translated a lot of Greek mythology and so forth. His conception of the compromise of a republic is really what the founding fathers used. In fact, Adams name-checked Cicero specifically in many of his earliest letters about the founding of the republic. Cicero's idea was to combine three different forms of government. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Combined three different disparate forms of government and use the strongest elements of each as checks and balances against the other two. So this is really kind of where that comes from. And the idea was, really, if you want to know why they took that approach, you need only pay attention, honestly, not so much to American history, but to Roman history. Because Cicero arrived at the conclusion that you have to do that through all of the endless blood feuds and trial and error and assassination attempts and attempted coups and successful coups over the years in attempting absolute democracy. And every time it was tried in Rome, it ended in blood, and ultimately it was populism and mob rule that took the Roman Empire down. Let's see here. Which is why it's alarming that there are so many... sorry. It's alarming there's so much resonance between the Roman Empire and the waning days of the Roman Empire specifically and where we are at present as a society. Come on now. I can see them.
Bogsar.
But I doubt at this range I can hit him.
Kroll Lebowski says, "Can the Obama go back to the chicken coop where they belong?"
What? What?
What? The chicken coop? Herbie donates.
I think that's a southern joke.
Oh. Herbie, thank you very much for the 15. Here's to hoping you aren't under General Kilpatrick, aka Kill Calvary, the man who got his men slaughtered and after the war would invite the vets up to his house in North Jersey for a week-long party.
Good man.
Well, at least he threw parties.
Oh!
Henry McCormick says, "Hey Razor, since this is your 4th of July stream, would you, even Taryn, sing Star Spangled Banner at the end of the stream?"
No one wants to hear Terengel sing.
Yeah, no.
No one. I think we'd rather hear Cicero sing. Come on, put the tampon down in the thing.
Mercenary says, "Seriously though, guys, I hope that the earthquake does put California into the ocean, that it only takes out the worst parts and leaves places like San Diego, excuse me, San Diego, Imperial County, and the rural areas alone. San Diego can be saved, but only with military help."
Given how shitty California music has been, I hope it's knocked back into the Billy Ocean.
Thank you, Thomas.
Oh, in the head. That's a shame. How many more? By the way, because it's getting pretty late here.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to push through them and end it for now, we can.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Let me... Morale lowered. All right, let's hold on a second. Holy shit! Is that correct? Almost 2,000 viewers? That's loony.
What? Hold on, let me back out.
Is that
here.
true or is that inaccurate? Yeah, cool.
1.8K.
Welcome everyone.
Jesus Christ! Hi everyone.
It's our Civil War stream. Maybe we won't push through this. You guys wanna just keep rolling, because evidently people are enjoying watching me fucking suck.
Wow.
I'm not doing too bad. I've killed a couple of people in this match. I'm doing all right.
Carsy Day says, "Disney will not let a kid have Spider-Man on his tombstone."
What the fuck is that?
Yet they want to turn Peter Parker into Peter Puffer? Did I miss?
Peter Fluffer. And get some obesity representation in there. Try Peter Porker.
Matt Ben says, "Navajos for Trump 2020.
Nice. I always love heading out to the res. Navajos don't fuck around on heavy metal, folks. They don't fucking fuck around.
JD Board 300.
And one of my favorite professional wrestlers, by the way, from out here in Arizona is the Navajo Warrior. He was in WWF for half a second, along with Native American Tatanka.
Where did I leave off? JD Board 300 donates 20. Thank you very much. That's extremely generous. Yo, dude. Fuck EA and their surprises.
Fuck the EA.
Evil Dead
break
says,
the back. Make them humble.
Evil Dead says, thoughts on the John Woo movie, Hard Boiled.
Hard Boiled is badass.
I think it's my favorite John Woo movie. It might be.
I like the Tomorrow movies. I think. Ah, shit. Better Tomorrow or whatever the fuck. Those movies are boss. Except they get really maudlin.
Yeah. Well.
Especially the second one. Basically turns into One Life to Live. Halfway through. What do you expect? Chinese cinema.
Phobos says, after watching this stream, I finally understand why the left wants us relegated to muskets.
Indeed. God help us all if I'm the one wielding them. Come on, man.
Oh, here we go.
Have you ever fired a musket in real life, by the way?
A musket? No.
It's actually a lot of fun. It actually is really
Well, I
cool.
imagine it is. I'd like to own a flintlock. That would be cool.
I would too. I would too. I'd be trash with it, I'm sure, but...
Finally.
Gotta have my German machine pistol.
Finally, left-wing leaning parasite has something he wants to say. He says, "Seize the means of production. The gentle laborer shall no longer suffer." You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
Yeah, no shit.
Felix Wolf says, "Would you do a metal mythos on Impellitteri?" Did I say that right?
I'd be willing to. I like Impellitteri a lot. They're a good band. Again, not a big fan of... What's that guy's name? Metal Mouth or Metal Voice or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. The new singer they have. He's not one of my faves.
Howling
But
Fang.
Graham Bonnet, the stuff they did with Graham Bonnet is the titties.
Ah.
Whoa.
Howling Fang says, "Recently rewatched your Razor mythos and saw that Sheepdog wanted to have a chat. Did anything ever come of that?"
Yeah, we tried to get it going. The problem is he's very, very low tech. He's not on Skype. He's not, so it's kind of a challenge. We would have had to do it over phone. I would have had to find a way to actually record off of my phone, which is a pain in the ass. And he's also, you know, just couldn't make it happen.
You're beginning to irritate me.
Not Sheepdog. I love Sheepdog. He's great. And I love Dave Carlo, too. They both reached out, and I was going to do kind of a get both sides of the story kind of a thing, where I interview both of them. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I team killed. What the fuck? He had a blue... yeah.
Well, there's no kill feed, so he doesn't know. Are you actually apologizing?
Yeah, I am. I felt bad about it.
He made anything.
Sorry. I'm sorry. That was my bad. Yikes.
1861 kill feed. You get the parchment out. Get your quill and inkwell and write an apology letter.
All right.
Oh, that's perfect. Get the parchment and the inkwell and all that.
It's kind of rough because at this distance, it doesn't really pop up with teammates' names.
Hold on. But you write your apology like it's a YouTube apology video.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
Send it by carrier pigeon.
It has to start out with a heavy sigh. Look, guys, I'm sorry. It's been a really rough week. I had to take a moment to take inventory and reflect.
We must hold the line. Whoa! In my head.
God, even I felt that one.
Yeah,
Shit.
that was rough. That was right up the skull. Yeah. Okay.
Mercenary
Losing
says,
morale. It's like we're working for BioWare, really.
Mercenary says, I have to ask everybody this question about Pikachu and Onyx. Have any of you seen a lightning strike on a rock before? I have, and it can cause a crater in something as solid as granite. For God's sake, that lightning strike will
I
do
hear
damage
your
on
argument.
anything.
I hear your argument, and I counter with fucking rock dragon. Dragon made of fucking rocks. I rest my case.
Demaster says, if the world held a minute of silence for every person killed by socialism or communism, the planet
or by
would,
me team killing in this match.
the planet would remain silent for over 2 centuries.
Yikes.
Nobody messes with Adam Wee says.
We should pass that along to fucking Rachel Maddow.
Nobody messes with Adam Wee says. Battletech or Underworld Ascendant? My budget will only allow me to buy one.
That's
at the
tough.
moment.
That's tough. I love them both.
Oh, I guess it really...
Especially Underworld Ascendant after all of the patches.
It really depends on what you're in the mood for, man. Battletech is pure tactical.
Yeah.
It's really great. It's a great time. Underworld Ascendant is a great sim.
Yeah, it's really like if you're into, you know, Dishonored or something like that, but want one that doesn't suck. It's definitely a good way to go. Okay, where's my where am I needing to go here? Okay.
Oh, and he also says thoughts on WWE hiring Heyman and Bischoff.
Have you heard how that came about?
No. I don't know the details.
was
You know I don't follow wrestling anymore.
Pretty fucking ridiculous. So months back, Shane McMahon and Vince Russo got into contact with each other. And Shane McMahon tried to get Vince Russo hired on in a consultant capacity. Because basically they had this conversation and Shane McMahon started going off about all the ways Triple H and Vince McMahon are killing the business and the product. And Russo ran his ideas past Shane. Shane said, oh, you know what? I'm going to tell you, you need to send a message to Vince. In fact, not only do you need to send a message to Vince, I'm going to tell you exactly what to say in it. And he basically scripted the email for Vince Russo. Lest people believe that Russo is just such an autist and it was his fault and whatever. They were literally Shane McMahon's words. Vince McMahon says, we have no positions available. Which is ridiculous. When you consider, like, the turnover for WWE writers is just a blatant fucking lie.
Seriously.
Right? Just a blatant fucking lie. Pure politics. So Russo is like, well, what the fuck? I'm hearing all these things from Shane McMahon about how badly it's going on backstage, and I'm looking at the ratings hit an all-time low and breaking records. So, he gets together with a couple other guys, gets a hold of the content, because WWE recently inked a deal with Fox, I believe, for SmackDown, the Fox network. So he puts together a pitch. He goes straight to Fox and says, hey guys, look, you don't know what you're getting into. I talked with the son of the guy who owns your company, and here's what's going down. What Vince Russo offered was the same thing that Ed Ferrara used to do, was being a holy shit, what a shot.
Wow.
I mean, at that distance, are you fucking kidding me? Anyways, he offered to be a consultant directly with the Fox network to actually like tell them, okay, look, not because he wanted to be creatively involved, because that's not what the job is. When the network deals with Vince McMahon, a lot of times Vince McMahon will just bullshit and say, oh, we have all-time low ratings, but it's because X, Y, and Z. He bullshits. You know what I mean? He makes excuses. The same excuses we hear every other fucking day for why the WWE is an absolute fucking freefall. So what Ed Ferrara used to do and what Vince Russo was offering to do was consult directly with the network so that when he said something that was provably bullshit, Russo could say, actually, here's what's going on, right? Someone who had actually been in the business to give them some context. It was not a creative consulting thing. So apparently the Fox guy was all about this, but then he liked the pitch, but he decided to go to WWE. WWE finds out that Vince Russo approached Fox, and Fox is now worried about the show that they're going to put on. This is all fucking true. So what do? They turn around, and suddenly all the concerns that Vince Russo brought forward are now going to be addressed by Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff being hired by the WWE. That's why they were hired. Essentially, they are filling the roles that Russo and his compatriots would have filled. It's pretty fucking loony when you think about it. Vince Russo inadvertently got Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff hired at WWE.
Wow.
It's some weapons-grade politics. And by the way, this is why WWE is unwatchable bullshit. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The more interesting the show is backstage, the less interesting the show is on the fucking stage. The more politics are going on behind the scenes, the less people want to watch what's happening on the front of the fucking stage. And that's been the case for the last 15 fucking years. So many goddamn politics. If you put a camera backstage and just followed all these goddamn politics and machinations, it'd be one of the highest rated reality shows on TV. Which, by the way, has been part of Vince Russo's pitch a few times. The idea of making all of the factions and shit that are going on behind the scenes, making all that a storyline. Which, hey, it makes as much sense as, you know, all the nonsense, you know, pushing Kevin Owens and every other fucking boring thing they've tried to push the last several years.
Sam Weatherington.
Sorry for all that inside wrestling talk for all the people who are over the age of a fucking 12-year-old and haven't watched wrestling like any rational, sane person hasn't for the last 15 years.
Sam Weatherington donates again to ask, what breed is Cicero?
He's a Cane Corso, which is essentially an Italian bull mastiff.
Danny numero 6 says, thoughts on the channel Matthew Matosis?
Not familiar with it.
I thought his critiques on Metal Gear Solid were spot on. Anonymous.
That's the enemy. That's the enemy right there. Fuck.
Anonymous commenter says, Razor, how do you feel about My Chemical Romance? You haven't been here, have you? I mean, you're new here, aren't you? Would you like to answer that question to him?
Maybe she's born with it. No. Hold on. I can get that fucking flag there. Oh, I missed him.
Oh, I get the distinct impression Eve is, or at one point was, a fan.
Oh yeah, she's said it on previous streams, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, we all were into cringy shit when we were younger. I almost unironically bought a Blink-182 album once.
I don't think she can hear us.
All right, let's see here. Let's get more of a line going here. Okay.
Anonymous commenter says, I think Batman Arkham Origins is flawed, but highly underrated game. Thoughts?
I think its best moments are just more of what we already got, and that's kind of the biggest affront against it. It's not interesting or original even when it's halfway fucking decent. They were just kind of doing what had been done before, but with shittier voice acting.
Yeah. Chris Redfield makes a better Captain America than he does Batman.
Yeah, no shit. Good God. Fucking, what am I, Lou Gehrig? What the fuck is this?
Islam is the bomb, says, good evening, gents. Please roast my state, Illinois.
Oh, God. What's left of your fucking state? Holy fucking shit. And by the way, when you roast Chicago, it's actually called a firing squad, not a roast. The only state in the union where when there's a particle warning, the particles are actually bullets.
Deus Polvolt says, it disturbs me how much of our founding fathers' writings have to be suppressed to push this nation killing ethnic diversity agenda.
You know, I think a part of that, something a lot of people don't talk about, yes, there are propagandists in the education system, but honestly, a big reason why we've lost that... Are we actually winning? A big reason why we've lost a lot of, like the Cicero connection I was referring to earlier. I mean, Cicero was the basis of the American education system, not just the foundation of the Republic. But the Ciceronian philosophy was a big part of our education system. Originally, the idea of the American education system, as loose-knit and non-federalized as it was creating the supreme man, was creating a man who could stand on his own, not training someone for a trade, because that's technically a slave's education in ancient Rome, training someone just to do one thing. That's what they did for slaves. It was creating a well-rounded individual who could train himself for whatever vocation he planned to undertake later on, right? I think a big reason why that fell by the wayside and why we kind of lost the Ciceronian heart of both the Republic and the education system is because we stopped teaching Latin. A lot of Cicero's writings you get the most out of by learning Latin. And when we lost the Latin part of our curriculum, I think we lost a lot of that as well. And Cicero kind of fell on hard times as a thinker. I'm making a video about this, by the way. I'm really looking forward to talking about it, by the way. It's just a random video, something I got inspired to make. So I was reading a lot about Cicero because of my pup.
He concludes...
I've always been a big fan, but I've been reading a lot of Cicero lately.
We're just supposed to pretend...
Did I get him? Yeah! Wasted him!
We're just supposed to pretend they weren't ethno-nationalists? Swaggy Potatoes says, "Greetings from Oregon. The state is kinda insane, and how many crazy leftists are here?
Ugh.
Let's hope Oregon doesn't ban high-cap magazines like they've been trying. We've been fortunate enough to avoid that so far.
Come on,
God bless
Oh,
and Godspeed."
fuck. Fuck! They're bayoneting our asses. Ah, shit! I made the mistake of not fixing bayonets. That was my bad. Fuck. I did waste 2 guys, though. That was pretty boss. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Oh, no. He's just saying greetings from Oregon.
Oh, right. No. I agree. And I'm gonna... In the video I make about Andy No, I'm gonna talk about the Portland political situation. It is fucked. It is guys, and it speaks to a wider problem, too, within the country. I think a lot of the people are focusing on the federal level. Oh, this congressman is a shitbag, and that congressman is a shitbag, and all this shit. They're kind of missing the core problem that's what happens nationally is an extrapolation of what happens civically. I think if we address the problems happening on a more local level with, like, mayorships and councilships and local offices, you know, our local representatives and senators on a state level, we can address a lot of the problems that are afflicting the nation at large, and we'll have an easier go of it as far as flipping seats on a federal level in Congress and whatnot. Hey! The South rose again!
Woo!
Finally!
Take that, Game Warrior. I guess you really don't want the South to rise again. Full-Time Fader would like to know, is are Cicero translations out there for some plebs?
Yes, they are. You should learn Latin anyway, or at least a few key phrases in Latin. I had to, because I actually got, I actually skated, believe it or not, I skated into college on a biology scholarship of all things. So I learned Greek and Latin. But the Latin stuff, a lot of it has been translated. The great thing about Cicero is you not only, if you learn the Latin, you not only get, like, better translations of his works, You also get a lot of the stuff that he wrote about ancient Greece. A lot of what we know about both ancient Greece and ancient Rome comes from Cicero. Because not only was he like this core figure in the Caesarian period of ancient Rome, he was a voracious writer and reader and, you know, loved ancient Greece. And so he translated a lot of the ancient Greek philosophy and shit. And a lot of the stuff that has survived that we know about ancient Greece came from Cicero's pen, which is kind of cool.
And with your victory, we could probably wrap this up.
Yeah, we could probably wrap it up here.
We've only got a handful of questions left. Metal Muscle says, Razor, I really need to know this. Varg keeps using the term snow N-word. What the fuck is a snow N-word?
I think it's a Scandinavian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So disappointing.
Yeah. It's it was intended to be a comedic pejorative.
Oh. Never
like,
so clever.
Like many things with Varg, it's only unintentionally comical.
Never so clever as this says, don't get your hopes up too high for the big California quake. Mexico is just as screwed. And
it's
true.
true.
We have a migrant crisis now.
Yeah, no shit.
Rock on.
If only there were some physical barrier we could erect.
I see. Now you're just talking about like dragons and unicorns.
Right,
I don't know what you're going on about.
Frodo in the ring shit now.
Yeah.
Why not
Physically
just erect?
Stop
Why not just erect that around Barad-dûr? Are you ready, Samwise?
What?
But
Oh, the next question? Yes.
Yeah.
Wyatt Nelson says, here's a good joke. Slipknot mythos.
Here's a good joke. Slipknot.
I get it. S Serpent 21 says, support high education. Send Movie Bob to first grade. Some dude Sam says, do you watch MMA? And if so, who is your fighter?
No, I don't care for MMA at all.
David,
watching two dudes in fucking swimming trunks dry humping each other on the mat with sandwich shop advertisements all over their ass while they put the crowd in a fucking sleeper is not my idea of entertainment.
David NS84 says, I'm more of an Aristotle man myself, but Cicero said his works were a river of gold. And if you want to know where Cicero's ideas for a mixed constitution regime came from, read Aristotle's Politics.
Oh yeah, big time. He was a huge Aristotle fan.
S Serpent 21 says, now that we have a strong economy and jobs, is there any reason Dems are pushing free stuff other than hold on to their long-built-in voting farm?
Oh, I think the big push for the free shit right now that we're seeing on the Democratic side, they always try this to some degree. But I think the reason it's so uniquely concentrated right now is because of the Bernie Sanders phenomenon last time around. He was able to seize a populist furor with his promise of free college. So I think all these, Bernie bullshies that are now in the field who are trying to out-left each other are just fucking free everything, free lamps, free hysterectomies, free, free anything. I honestly think that's what it is. They're all aping Bernie is kind of what's going on right now.
Mercenary says,
which is hilarious because Bernie is fading.
Oh, yeah.
Bernie, he did not perform particularly well in the debates. I think the man who combs his hair with a fucking balloon, I think he's kind of run his course.
Mercenary says, also last stream when I said, don't get NVIDIA, I meant it. Every single card I ever got all broke before 6 months, and one even destroyed my motherboard.
Oh, that sucks. I've had no problems with NVIDIA cards. I've had 3 different ones, and they've all been fantastic.
And the customer service was a nightmare to get fixed. I was forced to go ATI since I won't go back.
Yeah, I don't know. I had I think a 916 to start with, great value. Actually, a really cheap card, and I could play games on Ultra. It was a bit like punching the graphics card in the balls because it was kind of, you know, we'd moved on. We were almost to the GTX by the time I got the 960. But it was pretty good. I played Mankind Divided on it, and I could run it on high, and I could do it on Ultra, but it would, you know, frame rate would take a hit. Then I got the 1060, and that's what I'm still using. I really do need to upgrade, but it's, you can see it's pretty good. I can run new games on Ultra. It's really not a problem, but I do need to make an upgrade. I mostly just want more VRAM. It doesn't have a whole lot of VRAM is
Right.
my issue.
Ginsburg's wellness check says, with all the earthquakes in Cali, do you plan on buying up any fault line real estate?
Right? Get some head on over to Flagstaff Beach. Little Journeyman Project reference for you there.
Hashtag Lex Luthor did nothing wrong.
Right.
CG says, the solution to 2019
The final
is
solution.
1861.
Oh my.
Shit Lord of the Dance donates 10. Doesn't say anything, but thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
The airplane says, I'm gonna say it. The N-word. No Sabaton.
Oh.
Dominant Persona says, thoughts on Lizzie Borden.
The band?
Snow White and Mekong Delta.
Okay, Lizzie Borden's Boss.
Okay.
Great fucking band. Killer, heavy, Maiden-esque hair metal band. Like looks like Motley Crue, sounds like Iron Maiden. Great band. Snow White, not my favorite. I thought the chick from Snow White, wasn't she in Sentinel Beast too? I like Sentinel Beast a hell of a lot more. And then what was the other one?
Mekong Delta.
Mekong Delta. Never really got into Mekong Delta.
Okay. Metal Muscle says, West Indians, the one with the ancestry from India.
Right.
For Trump 2020.
Boss.
Awesome. TJ Kirk's Banana Dealer says, thoughts on Matt Wagner's Grendo.
Great stuff. And Matt Wagner is one of the better shadow writers in comics today. Like, the best stuff that Dynamite has published of the Shadow is the stuff that he's written. Hands down, you know, he did The Shadow Year One, which could have been better, I think, but it's still a pretty good Shadow. It's not so great as an origin story, but it's still a good Shadow graphic novel, if that makes any sense. It's pretty bad as an origin story, but as a story itself, it's not half bad. But the Grendel Shadow crossover, fucking cannot recommend it highly enough. And The Shadow, The Death of Margot Lane by Matt Wagner. I think his art and his storytelling went to the next level on that. Like, it is the closest thing to pulp in modern comics. And I was gonna do a video about that, and it just, for whatever reason, I think I even...
Attention, Bajoran workers.
I think I even recorded a full review of The Death of Margot Lane and just never edited it or put it up or anything. This was like over a year and a half ago. But, yeah, good shit.
Arathor donates 5. Doesn't say anything, but thank you very much.
Godspeed.
James says, heard that Harmony Gold renewed Robotic and one high up was
Robotech.
on Clownfish TV.
Yeah, I heard something like that.
Thoughts and take a look?
Yeah, I don't need to hear from the hacks at Harmony Gold. I know exactly why it happened. They are still in the middle of the court case. Harebrained Schemes isn't going to back off. So, in order to demonstrate to the court their intent to retain the IP and to hopefully win their case, they're renewing. That's what this is about. That's 100%. Because if you think they're honestly going to be able custodians of Robotech and, allow Macross here in the States and all the other fucking bullshit that they've been avoiding, you obviously have not been paying attention for the last, 30 years.
Dominant Persona says, I know you said you were a fan of Bruce Timm's Batman series.
Yeah.
What are your opinions on other animated DC titles such as Batman Beyond JLA plus Unlimited, Static Shock, and Lanterns.
The only two that I have any time for really are Batman and Superman the Animated Series. The other ones I didn't care much for. Batman Beyond was pretty cool, but I don't know, the animation wasn't as good as Batman the Animated Series had been. I don't know if anyone realized, like, what was it, by like the 4th season of Batman? I've got all of them on DVD. But by like the 4th season, you really notice the animation take a huge hit. Kind of like what happened to X-Men. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
where, like,
thankfully that was only one season, but
yeah, where like X-Men for a full season like turned into fucking Smurfs. Oh, it looked awful. But Batman kind of had a lesser version of that. The final season didn't look so great. They added Nightwing and Batgirl and kind of turned it into a Bat Squad, and the stories were pretty good, but the animation took a dive. And Batman Beyond kind of looked like more of that.
Arathor says, "Who do you think used more steroids, the Ultimate Warrior or the Predator?"
They're one and the same, my friend.
Ah. Debonair Nerd says, "Last night, when my mother humorously described herself as OCD, she literally says, 'You know me, I'm OCDC.' Either Mom invented the genre of autistic metal, or she gave Taryn away at birth."
No!
Hi, brother. Hey, how you doing? Nobody messes with Adam Wee says, "Build a barrier around the border."
Was that alliteration intentional?
Get out of here with your gorilla space magic, Razor. Godspeed.
Right?
Left-wing leaning parasite donates another $1 and doesn't have the courage to say anything. Dark Hero says, "Chat, smash that bell to get notified on the Sabaton and Divinity game review."
Right.
Deus Pole Volt says, "It shouldn't matter. Onyx's second type is ground, which is immune to electric type attacks."
Oh, come on.
Owen Hart's Zipline Adventure says, "So was the Civil War really over slavery?
No.
Or were black people just caught in the middle?" Oh, God.
Well, they did say they fought it over property.
Oh.
I don't.
Jim Sterling in a mankini says, "Yesterday I picked up a Charles Bronson film called Red Sun in a bargain bin, and I'm wondering if you can tell me if it's a good film or not."
Red Sun? One of his best. Fucking fantastic film. It is a Western that features a crossover between Charles Bronson and Toshiro Mifune, the ultimate samurai actor and the ultimate cowboy actor in one fucking film. And if you're into Eurotrash cinema, Ursula Andress, one of the Bond girls, is in it, and French guy, what the fuck is that guy's name? The guy who plays Gauche. He's really good too. It was like an international crossover of world-famous movie stars. And more than that, it's just a good movie. It's just a kick-ass fucking fun movie. And Charles Bronson gets to play like a roguish character. Instead of like being his traditional badass self, he gets to be like a disingenuous grifter kind of a thing. It's pretty cool.
And, Metalhead Martyr says, "Candlemas mythos? ?
At some point, yeah.
Troy Baker's gravelly voice says, "Thoughts on Aaron?"
Sorry, hold on. Troy Baker's perpetually congested sounding gravelly voice.
There you go. Thoughts on Aaron?
If somebody makes a call, by the way, before you move on, if somebody makes a username of Troy Baker's hanky, I think Troy Baker nasal spray, something to that effect.
Thoughts on Aaron Sorkin, the artful left-wing leaning parasite?
Oh, God. Oh, Christ. He did West Wing, right? Boy, there's a show that played fair. Like, was there a single Republican in that show except Alan Alda, who did not literally have horns, a tail, and a trident? Like, it was absolutely absurd. And every single time, like, anytime a character even vaguely entertained a conservative idea, or even a vaguely libertarian one, suddenly, fucking President Martin Sheen came out of the woodwork with, like, this soaring invective about tolerance and what. It was so cringy and very formulaic, too. Mad TV really, I fucking miss Mad TV. Mad TV took the piss out of West Wing hard. Like, they murdered that show. The Mad TV parody of The West Wing was legendary. And that's one of the reasons I miss Mad TV, was they were one of the few comedic programs that would attack the left, too. They were the only show on the air that would do it. SNL was so fucking biased even back in the 90s. But Mad TV were just assassins. They'd hit left and right. They'd excoriate George W. Bush, and then they'd hit Bill Clinton just as hard. It was great.
Debonair Nerd says, Red Sun in a bargain bin? Japanese hell for retailer.
Right? I've had difficulty finding that film, actually.
Ian says, yo, just thought I'd say you can import Pepsi Blue from Amazon UK.
Really?
Also, ever thought you could make a video about comparing any VG OSTs versus metal music?
Yeah, I was talking about a video, actually, you're kind of correct. My idea was to talk about the influence of heavy metal on the development of video games in general, because a lot of people don't realize, there's a lot of fucking hipsters who love video games and find heavy metal problematic. And little did they realize, like, heavy metal is inextricably woven into the DNA of video games. These Japanese developers in particular in the 80s were hardcore heavy metal fans because metal was the genre in Japan at the time, and still is to a certain degree. So, like, a lot of these early composers, a lot of the game designers, like, created characters based on heavy metal musicians. They were adapting anime in some cases that talked about heavy metal and had heavy metal characters. And certainly the soundtracks. I mean, fucking Rockman, which became Mega Man, of course. For fuck's sake, all the soundtracks were basically 8-bit versions of, like, heavy metal. That's all it was intended to be. Like, that's supposed to be a guitar, not just some 8-bit chiptune synthesizer. These games were supposed to be metal as fuck. I loved Mega Man 11, by the way, or the new Mega Man game. What is it? Fucking 13 or whatever the fuck it is. I loved the newest Mega Man game.
Yeah.
I thought 12.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, the newest Mega Man game was fan-fucking-tastic, but the soundtrack sucked a dick.
Yeah.
Like, it sucked, and it missed the entire fucking point of Mega Man, because he's Rock Man, and we're not referring to fucking boulders, people. Rock music. He needs a heavy metal soundtrack. That's literally what the character was created as a reference of. For fuck's sake, those supporting characters it's rock and roll, okay? Rush is a fucking character in there. Bass
and treble.
Yes, like, what the fuck, people? So, if you're making another Mega Man game, Capcom, don't fuck that up next time. Get a heavy metal musician to do the fucking soundtrack.
And our final one for the night.
Yes, sir.
Bogzar Kroll Lewowski says, my wife left me because I didn't like cuckolding. Awesome.
Okay!
Okay.
Way to end on a high note, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, filthy Confederate scum, and godless Yankee tyrants alike, thank you all for joining us on this special July the 6th edition of RazörFist Arcade Live for T Boogie and Miss Eve, and certainly Cicero as well. God fucking speed.